No, Jeff is not asleep. Submit to the High Council. And this week it's on World Class Bullshitters, which is a nice surprise. And I'm always joined by Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers.
What's up, High Council? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. What's up, everyone? Lovely to see all of you. We see all the excitement in the comments, and Tuesday is our favorite day of the week.
It's the best night of the week. And with us, as always, is our favorite uncle, Ethan Van Sciver.
Hey everyone, it's ComicArtistProSecrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of this god-awful comic book industry. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. Pleasure to be with you, gentlemen.
It's a pleasure for me as well, and I'd like to start out by congratulating you, Ethan. So the Cyberfrog Indiegogo finished. Would you like to tell the listeners what the final number was?
I don't really know, but it's something like $537,000. It could be more than that now.
Woo!
It was incredible, absolutely incredible. That we owe that support to the fans, many of whom are watching now. The subscribers who came through for us in a big way, all supported Cyberfrog, are all supporting Comicsgate and this new movement to rescue comic books, this comic book industry. You guys are the best. You guys are absolutely the best, and we love you. Don't even think for 1 second that we don't. So thank you for the support on Cyberfrog. Rainbow Brute is coming October 1st.
Ooh. Well, Ethan, I have some bad news. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, because we've also had a little bit of controversy. Some shade has been thrown at the High Council over the last few days by...
Not shade.
Not shade?
Not shade. Anything but shade.
Well, our friend Matt Jarbo, a.k.a. MundaneMatt, has been trying to take us to task, specifically you, Ethan, and now
Why?
It seems like maybe Jeremy. I don't know why. You're the one that's being attacked. Why don't you tell the listeners what's going on?
What's going on with Matt? I don't know. I don't know this dude. All right, here's my interaction with Matt. And this is probably why he's a little upset with me. I guess he had some trouble with the Kumite. He made a bunch of lying claims about Trump's, PP dossier. A lot of stuff about that. And when he was asked to back it up and argue about it on a live stream, he chickened out. They offered him $1,400 to come and argue his point of view on a live stream, and he chickened out. And I kicked in $1,000. I said, yeah, I would like to see you defend your point of view. And he chickened out again. So I think he's kind of like borne that against me a little bit. I think so. I'm also worried that his view count is down. But I watched one of his videos, and he said, hey, even though I used to make fun of Star Wars, I don't like these other guys who make fun of Star Wars now. I don't like that they make fun of Star Wars. Who cares what you like, Matt Jarbo? I mean, I don't understand. Do you guys have any further?
Well, I mean, yeah, most everyone knows Matt had some things to say about me on Twitter a while back. I've never had an interaction with him prior to that. He basically said I live in an echo chamber. And that was about a month and a half ago, something like that. And I just came back at him, and I just was like, I'm sorry your views are down. I'm sorry your subs are down. I don't know what I've ever done to you to why you want to call me out, but good luck with your channel. And then I was doing a live stream a few weeks ago after the High Council. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and our community kept super chatting me saying, hey, Matt Jarbo's on live. You should bring him on. You guys should talk. And I was like, if Matt wants to come on, let's do it. And brought him on to the Geeks and Gamers live stream. We didn't. All I did is sent him the link, and as soon as he came in there, I was like, "Hey, man!" And he says, "Hey," I said, "Let's not even talk. Let's just jump on line live, and we'll hash out our differences." He's like, "Cool, man. Let's do it." So we talked about our differences. He kind of, apologized for how he came after me and everything. And so then we had a great discussion, and I was like, "Cool." After the show, I'm not going to get into the details of what we talked about in private because I would never do that. But I thought we had, he was cool, and we talked, and he was really friendly. And then I don't know. I saw that video he made about Star Wars channels, and I could tell. He named you, Ethan, And I could tell that the rest of it was directed at people like myself and World Class and some other channels. And I was just like, dude, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Does
you
he want to
literally,
channel?
yeah, he literally built his brand off of Gamergate. He ran his Gamergate stuff into the ground. Why?
Oh, and Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he make 100,000 videos on Ghostbusters 2016?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I know the Gamergate
literally
thing.
1,000. I think I'm going to count them.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, what our audience wants is what we're going to give them. I try to talk about sports on Geeks and Gamers. You know what I get? Unsubs every time. I want to talk sports, but the audience doesn't want me to talk.
You got to
sports.
follow your analytics.
So I give our audience what they want. They want Star Wars. There's no shortage of Star Wars news. And today he made a video talking about you again, Ethan, and the video you made about Kathleen Kennedy and disrespecting Carrie Fisher's family and all this stuff. And he's talking about how, I'm going to give some context to this. So I commented on the video and he's like, I'm going to give context. And he's talking about how this video that she made the comments about Carrie Fisher's not going to be in the movie was made a year and a half ago. And I was like, Matt, Kathleen Kennedy has not spoke in 7 months. How can we give any updated quotes from Kathleen Kennedy when she won't speak? She's literally hiding from her mistakes. She is a coward. She is a pathetic company president. She's literally hiding right now. So you want to call Ethan out and say, oh, he's quoting her from a year and a half ago. That's one of the last legitimate interviews the woman gave. So there's no updated information to talk about. She's the president of the biggest movie brand in the world, and she's gone silent for 7 months.
I don't think you should criticize anything I said in that video. I think that video was 100% right on. Did he argue with my horse face comment or no?
I don't remember if he said anything about that. But like I said, I am
on. I have my finger on the pulse. Exactly. Yeah.
As much as people seem to think I enjoy YouTube drama, I don't care what these. I don't care. My problem is we, Geeks and Gamers has gained. At the beginning of the year, we had 800 subs. Now we have 70,000. So people are looking at the growth and they're like, oh, this guy's just repeating stuff every video. Ethan said it best. We're like talk radio. That's what we are. We do talk radio on YouTube. We talk about current events. And how can somebody said when I made a rebuttal to Matt's video the next day, somebody said, Jeremy, you're just repeating stuff over and over again. I'm sorry. When did I make a rebuttal to Matt's video 6 months ago? How can I repeat it when it just happened yesterday? We talk about current events on a daily basis. Our audience enjoys it. We listen to our audience when they want us, when they call us out on things, we listen. Doesn't mean we're necessarily going to change our opinions, but we give our audience what they want. Just like Jeff has tried to talk about wrestling before on World Class. That didn't go too well for Jeff.
Nope.
And we, unlike Lucasfilm, we listen to our audience. Simple as that. So,
yeah, I do think that, I think it's a cry for attention.
Oh no.
But no, I think it's because he was relevant for a while and he's kind of dipped in, numbers. The one channel he has, $3 Theater, was in the 20,000s when at the beginning of the year. And like you guys, I've had astronomical success. Technically I'm in 69,000 subscribers because those secret subscriber numbers that don't show on your main channel. I got that rolling for me. So we've all had this great year talking about this stuff, and we got all kinds of plans for the future. And this guy's trying to either get on or tear us down because he's angry about our success. And I don't have any anger or vitriol towards him. I have a little bit of sympathy for his situation, but I think he's going about it all wrong.
Yeah, and by the way, everyone, I have a lot of bad weather right now. There's a lot of thunder, so if you hear me skipping out or any issues, that's why. But yeah, I don't understand this YouTube jealousy thing. I don't understand it. I really don't have any problems with anybody growing on YouTube and being successful. And if you have an audience that wants to hear what you have to say, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? That's great. I don't understand this YouTuber jealousy that I've seen a lot from, just having a growing channel. It amazes me. I mean, I've spent a lot of time highlighting other channels that I thought were up and coming that I think deserve more attention. I don't get intimidated going, oh, I hope that channel doesn't get any recognition. They could pass me in subs. That's great. That's awesome. That means you're doing a great job. I don't get this jealous nature of a lot of people, but it is what it is.
Well, look how open you've been with people like Jesse and Anna and all those other people that you're associated with. I mean, you've helped these people.
We all want them to grow.
Yeah.
Well, let's say with Ivan and everybody too. Like, I don't get where where Matt's coming from. I wish he was here right now to talk to us, but he's not going to show up live.
I wish he would. I wish he would show up live and we could hash this out. I'll give him $1,000. I'll give him, in addition to another $1,400, $2,400 to come and hash this out.
Should we all tweet him right now to try to get him to show up?
I think he'll come.
Well, Jeremy, you have a connection to him over Twitter, right?
Easy on how you present that. I'm kidding.
You could DM him, correct?
Yes, I'm going to do it right now.
Now, see if he wants to come on the show and he can explain himself over the video. This is a night for the High Council.
This is gonna get rough. I'm in a car riding home from a meeting in Arkansas, and we're gonna get in a fight with MundaneMatt. I'm actually literally holding a cell phone in front of my face to do the High Council tonight. But I'm up for it. And I'll tell you something. I agree with you guys. I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to succeed. The problem, I think, is coming from when other people are succeeding and you have built up an incredible ego for yourself over your YouTube channel, and you are starting to, I don't know what it is. Sometimes when people get an ego, their attitude starts to rub other people the wrong way. And your subs can dry up. Your subs can fall off. You have to always remember, this is one thing. I mean, look, you owe your fan base everything. You owe your subscribers everything. You need to have a humble and thankful and grateful attitude towards your subs. And the minute you take any attitude contrary to that, they are going to leave you. And,
all right. Well, I was wrong. Well, I mean, he had followed me a while back on Twitter, but I guess he unfollowed me when he got mad. I never followed him back, so I don't have a way to inbox him. So if you guys want to tweet him
now, he's listening now. You know he is.
Yeah, if you guys want to tweet him and let him know just to private message me, because my inbox is open to all. I'll send him a link and we can make it happen.
Well, while we're waiting to hear about that, let me get through these super chats real quick. So Mareth Theoline says Maria Kart spelled with a C, just for you, Jeremy. Peephole says, Ethan, why were you meeting Clinton last night?
Why was I meeting Clinton last night? Oh, we have a lot of things to discuss.
Licardo Guara says, what do you think are things The Last Jedi and Roundhead Ryan Johnson did right? Excuse me, Roundhead Ruin Johnson did right.
What did he do right? Oh, Rose Tika. He did that so right. By the way, did you guys see that somebody told Ryan Johnson that he is called Roundhead Ryan Johnson? And he said, yeah, that is kind of true. He's like, I shaved my head once when I was a kid and I looked just like Charlie Brown. I was like, what? Did you guys see that tweet?
No.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I need to see that now.
He has a round head.
Oh, I guess he didn't delete that one. To answer Licardo's question, when Luke Skywalker looks off into the sunset as he dies, I honestly thought that was cool. But either way, fuck that movie.
Yeah, that was a cool shot. But that's about it. But everything else surrounding that shot sucked.
McKinney90, thank you for your super chat. By the way, thank you to everyone so far. I saw Yellow Flash's video on how Matt called Ethan a piece of shit. I'm unsubbed from him. I saw that video too. I subscribed to Yellow Flash because of the video. First off, he gave me a shout out. He gave both you guys a shout out, and then he showed the deleted comment from Matt and Ethan. So Yellow Flash is cool in my book.
Yeah, I saw that video. So shout out to him.
He did a really good job of exposing the absolute pernicity. Is that a word? Is pernicity a word? Pernicious.
You're asking the wrong person about words. I mean, we can ask proper Jeremy.
Perniciousness. The perniciousness of MundaneMatt.
Yeah, we could ask proper Jeremy, but regular Jeremy has no idea. I don't know.
I'd rather ask Jer Binks, but that's just me personally. But yeah, guys, check out Yellow Flash. That guy puts out some good content. Samuel Aragon says, EVS, mic too low, turn up to 11 in all things.
Well, I'm talking as loud as I can. I'm sorry.
He's in a car, guys. So that's why we're hosting here tonight on my channel. Mark C says Trebuchet time. First Cray Cray, and then Santa Amanat. I don't know who Santa Amanat is.
From Marvel Comics.
Oh, I haven't followed Marvel lately.
Mm.
I apologize, folks. I'm bad. Down Forward Punch sent in 2 super chats. First, a very generous one. Thank you. Can we watch the MundaneMatt video of him crying, opening his silver play button? Also, Uncle Ethan, you sound like you're talking from a tin can. You need to take the panties off your microphone.
The panties off my microphone.
No, I thought you were going to say the pie out of his mouth.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry, guys.
The thing is, I'm not going to show anything MundaneMatt related on this channel because it's alleged that he puts out like copyright claims against people that use his content. So we're not going to touch that at all. So he doesn't have any ammunition against us. We just have some questions. Down Forward Punch says, my favorite Soy Wars character is Jarbo the Cuck. Burn. Ron Navy says, yes, Jeremy, Thunder and Lightning is here. LMAO.
I'm going to read my comment, my exact comment to Matt on his channel, just so everybody has proper context of it. So I said, Matt, you're reaching so hard, dude. You talk about context, yet you fail to mention that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't done an interview since before The Last Jedi released. She's literally hiding from her terrible decisions. She's a pathetic excuse of a president of a company. How can we reference anything recent from her when she won't talk? You're nitpicking shit while claiming you're giving proper context. It's your channel, so you're welcome to say whatever you want. But you're going down the wrong path, man. I'm 100% with EVS, #High Council.
Thank you, Jeremy. I humbly thank you for that. Thank you for defending.
Yeah, man. And he responded and said, nitpicking. So showcasing showcasing a timeline of events directly after Carrie Fisher's death to where we are now is nitpicking. You have you and I 100% mixed up. Just like the James Gunn, you forgave something you didn't fact check and you still pushed false info. I like you, dude, but your context has just become the same argument. Your content has become the same argument with a different thumbnail. I never forgave James Gunn. I said if James Gunn gets fully investigated and nothing else comes of this, I think that we should. I said that at that point I would be willing to forgive him and move on. But again, Matt lacks context. Yeah, Matt. Well, he lacks context and views apparently. So anyway, and I responded again, but I'm not going to keep reading back. I just kind of repeated what I just said. So that's so everybody knows what's going on. I'm lagging up on my end, guys. By the way, I think it's the weather, so I'm just letting you know.
You sound completely fine here.
You're fine.
Okay, cool.
Killer Carl Krupp says, Matt is still mad about the pie donation offer. Andrew
pie? I mean, what?
Oh, here we go. Andrew Pitt says, pie-flavored panties for Ethan. Panties?
That sounds okay to me.
That actually sounds pretty good.
I know, right?
Put them on a girl.
Yeah. Count Dooku Nukem says, just saw $3 Theater video about KK. I thought it was helpful that he set the record straight with the timeline.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter. How did Todd Fisher know back when? How did Todd Fisher know that Carrie Fisher was going to be in the movie? Apparently he knew. JJ had said something to him, but JJ didn't say something to Kathleen Kennedy. I quite realized that Kathleen Kennedy's video took place a long, long time ago. But as it turns out, time has passed, and Todd Fisher was correct, and Kathleen Kennedy was not. And she called him, what did she call him? Confused?
Yeah, and if she was willing to actually have an interview in the last 6 months, maybe she could have clarified her position.
But you're gonna, even in any case, you're gonna call a grieving family member confused on live TV? What the? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's thoughtless and stupid and callous.
See, Down Forward Punch said, Matt won't show up. He turned down $1,500 to show up on Kumite to debate the Trump dossier. He refused to acknowledge it was discredited.
Yeah, $2,500. And I contributed to that. He refused.
A few weeks ago, he was actually he asked to be on the council in one of our comment sections. So I'll be curious to see if he responds.
Guys, if you just tweet him constantly, he'll see. I mean, what else is he doing? Honestly, if he doesn't come in here now, he can never come on the council. We only have big YouTubers.
That's true. Yeah, I'll stick with you on that one, man. He can only come on tonight, and that's it. This is a one night offer. So, MundaneMatt, if you're in the chat, man, we're not here to roast you. We want you to answer and respond back. It's it could be a nice discussion for the listeners. Trevor RN says, just joined up. What's with the MundaneMatt the jerk? We already answered that for you, Trevor. I thank you. I hope you got enough of an answer. He's made videos calling out Ethan, and he can't even say Ethan's name right. So that's where we are. Tippy Tail McKitty says, shout out to Ivan's Ray's Real Parents video. Yeah.
Shout out to Ivan in general. He's awesome.
Yeah, he came on our Saturday afternoon Star Wars fan film stream and hung out with us. So he's a really good dude, and he's a lot of fun to talk to. Michael Myers is a whiny little bitch, 67. I thought that was Voorhees, 67. It says, what would be your ideal ST pitches, especially Jeff, since he hates 7 and likes Rogue One, where the only great moments were with the old characters? # Mario Kart with a C.
When have I ever said I hated Rogue One? I've literally never said that. I said I don't like it as much as everyone else. I've always...
Jeremy, on the internet, that means you hate it.
I know. I've literally never said I hated it. So I just said that, I acknowledge that everyone else likes it more than me. So, but you got the Mario Kart stuff. So I gotta, I've got to acknowledge that. So good old Mario. That's why I have a Mario Kart. I have a Mario Kart avatar tonight just for everyone. Anyway, go ahead, EVS or Jeff, whoever that was.
Well, I would say that I've been accused for not liking fun because I don't like Jurassic Park. So I mean, believe me, the internet.
Wait a minute. You don't like Jurassic Park?
The original?
I saw it when I was 23, and I wasn't blown away like everyone else.
I'm leaving the High Council. I'm done.
All right, we'll replace you with MundaneMatt. He's a barrel of laughs.
I have to admit, I've liked every single Jurassic Park movie a lot. I haven't seen the new one though, but I can't help it. Dinosaurs are in my heart. I love those movies. Yeah, Rogue One. So did you like Rogue One less than you like The Force Awakens? That's the question.
Absolutely. I Rogue One to me, that's when I really started getting turned off by Disney Star Wars, because I noticed that in the casting for Rogue One, they literally, it stood out like a sore thumb. Like, we're not going to cast a white male on the rebellion. And I'm just like, God, like, it stands out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Cassian was terrible.
Yes, terrible.
He was. Jyn Erso was terrible in the movie. Now, again, I love Krennic. I love the Vader scene. I love the last 45 minutes with all the action, but everything leading up to that was just blah for me. And so I definitely prefer TFA over it. But I would say, as of right now, Rogue One is easily the best or the most well-received of the Star Wars Disney movies.
But not.
Well, Michael Myers is the one. No.
That's what I don't get. Okay, never mind.
What do you mean?
Oh. Well, I mean, you're saying it's the best received, but it's like you prefer the Force
generally speaking. I'm saying from what people say now, it's like if you hear people talk about the movies the most, I feel like most people prefer Rogue One the most out of the 3 Disney movies.
Yeah,
but
I do.
But I would still prefer The Force Awakens over them, over the other 2.
Well, to answer his question, he asked me for the ideal sequel trilogy pitch. For me, Michael Myers is a whiny bitch, 67. My ideal one would have been in 1999, episode 7, 8, and 9 come out with Han, Luke, and Leia. And they don't die. They just go on and fight another day. That's my ideal one. Not to brush past your question, but honestly, from what they've done now, we could talk about episode 9 till we're blue in the face. It ain't going to fix the movie. We've already lived through the last 2, and Disney's going to double down on this bullshit. We know how this stuff works. So that's my answer to yours. Count Dukem Nukem says, that being said, I still want KK gone. Also, did you guys see at Subversive Jake's # Ryan the Boatmaker store by Twitter? I tried tweeting it at him. I did see that. I got that earlier. Did you guys see that? It's like a series of comic sketches about Ryan the Boatmaker.
I didn't see that.
I didn't look at it. What is it?
It's just basically like an allegory for Rian Johnson told in a humorous way. I'm trying to pull it up right now so I can tell you more about it. But here we go. Subversive Jake, Ryan the Boatmaker. Let me put it up on screen for everybody. It'll be a little different for the High Council. We usually don't do screen share here. It's Good Morning Pop Culture. Gimmick. By the way, Ethan, we had a discussion about Rob Liefeld this morning. He's now a part of our show.
Oh, that's right.
So once upon a time. A boat maker named Ryan was tasked to build a mighty boat. Ryan had made boats before, but this boat was being commissioned by one of the largest boat corporations in the world. It was going to be the biggest and grandest boat he'd ever made. Ryan quickly got to work on the plans for his incredible boat. Within a few hours, his first drafts were complete. "This is perfect," Ryan exclaimed. "This is perfect," agreed Kathleen, head of a larger boat corporation Ryan was working for. Ryan's first draft was approved. A huge crew was assembled to construct Ryan's boat. Ryan enjoyed the construction process as the crew did, whatever he told them to do, and everyone worked hard to make his vision a reality. "It's going to be a work of subversive genius," Kathleen Kennedy said. "I know," said Ryan. Ryan was certain that his boat would be universally admired, a groundbreaking masterpiece, and all of his friends and co-workers agreed, with one exception, a troublesome subordinate named Mark, who wouldn't stop talking about his fundamental disagreement with the project. Mark had been involved with the boat corporation for decades and was instrumental in the success of their most popular boats, all overseen by a highly skilled and innovative boat maker called George. Ryan did not have any involvement in those previous successes. "Shut up, Mark," Ryan said to his troublesome subordinate. "I'm sorry," Ryan said, "Mark, but I've worked on boats like this many times before, and there are fundamental problems with your design." Ryan thought this over for a moment before responding. "Shut up, Mark," said Ryan. Look at this thing. After many months of hard work, the construction of Ryan's boat was complete. Many of Ryan's friends were invited to the grand unveiling, and they all assured Ryan that it was the best boat of its kind ever to be made. Ryan earnestly agreed. "Everyone is going to love it," he said. The time finally arrived for the boat to set sail. As customary, only the industry's most revered and respected boat critics were invited on board the first few voyages. The critics wrote nothing but glowing reviews for Ryan's boat, exactly as they had been paid to do. The positive reviews, along with the boat corporation's well-renowned reputation, set anticipation for Ryan's boat at fever pitch as the public were finally granted access. Ryan eagerly awaited the praise he deserved, but soon it became clear something was wrong. "This boat is extremely unsteady and making me feel sick," said one passenger. "The boat isn't sailing in the right direction," said another. "This boat has got holes in it," exclaimed another. "This boat sucks," cried out another, and half of the passengers agreed. The boat industry had never witnessed anything like it. At least half of the passengers complained bitterly about the quality and integrity of Ryan's boat. The remaining passengers fiercely defended it as great, subversive work of art. It was the most divisive boat in history. Although inwardly incensed by the wave of criticism, Ryan calmly defended his creation. "The goal is never to divide the people or make them upset," he said, "but these conversations were going to happen at some point for the boat industry to grow, move forward, and stay vital. The best way for the boat industry to grow and move forward and stay vital is to make strong boats that stay afloat," retorted the passenger as the holes in the boat caused it to slowly fill with water. "I can explain why this isn't going to be a problem," said Ryan. Ryan spent considerable time explaining why the holes in the boat were not a problem. When that didn't work, Ryan's friends Pablo and Brian further explained why the holes were not a problem. When that didn't work, Ryan's friend JJ said that the passengers were threatened by women. "We have a problem with the boat because there are holes in it," reiterated the passengers. "You're all clearly threatened by women," said JJ. "What is your problem with women?" asked Pablo. "You're a hive of alt-right scum and villainy," said Brian. "Man babies," said Ryan. The more passengers complained about the structural flaws of Ryan's boat, the more Ryan and his friends insulted and belittled them. "Rest assured that most of these sinking dweebs are shouting into the void," said Ryan. "Look at my passengers' tears mugs," mocked Brian. The most confusing of all... This is great. The most confusing of all were the other passengers who insisted that Ryan's boat was the greatest boat of all time. "Let your hatred of Ryan's boat die," they said. "Kill it if you have to." "But what about all the holes? The boat's going to sink." "We can't see any holes." "Ryan's boat has made millions of dollars, so it must be great," said the pro-Ryan passengers. "But we paid to sail on the boat before we knew it had holes in it," said the anti-Ryan passengers. "We will never again sail on a boat made by this corporation," they added. Oh, God. A few months later, Kathleen's Boat Corporation made another huge boat. This one overseen by a different boat maker called Ron. Ron's passengers refused to sail on Ron's boat because of the holes in Ryan's boat, and because Ryan and his friends had mocked and insulted them. Ron asked the passengers to give his boat a try, and even when they refused, he didn't insult them. Many suspect that Ron's boat had less structural problems than Ryan's, but a point needed to be made, and Ron's boat was the corporation's first ever financial disaster. What financial disaster, said Ryan, when passengers pointed out that his faulty boat had caused the financial disaster. It was nothing to do with Ryan's boat, said Ryan's friends. It was because of the new boat from rival corporations and because of boat fatigue. Now at least half of the passengers had lost faith in the boat corporation. Kathleen was fired. Ryan's future projects were canceled. The corporation's next huge boat, overseen by JJ, was another financial disaster. They only had themselves to blame. The end.
That is beautiful. That was really good.
Dude, we need Uncle E to make that into a comic book.
It already is a comic book. Look at it.
Yeah, it's a comic strip. The whole thing.
No, I know, but I'm saying like one we can actually sell and distribute and all that stuff.
Really, really good. And I have to say, I enjoyed Jeff reading it. It was like a bedtime story, but it was all true. It was
so
a fairy
good.
tale that was all true.
Shout out to Subversive Jake. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and shout out to Count Dukem Nukem for bringing that to our attention.
By the way, those drawings of Roundhead Ryan Johnson were exactly anatomically correct.
I concur. I've studied anatomy. Wouldn't change a thing. 10 out of 10. I do like how his boat looks like Thomas the Tank Engine, though. That's my favorite part. So, have we heard anything back from MundaneMatt yet?
Have not. Nothing.
Oh, man, he has missed out on his opportunity for greatness. This is his one chance at the High Council. Matt, I know you're listening. We've seen you in the comments before. We want to have you on the show. There's 1,071 people here waiting for you to join in. Press F if you're waiting for MundaneMatt, because I sure as hell am. I almost want to hold this show up until he shows up, but that's not fair to the listeners. We have tons of stuff to talk about. It's the High Council. We never run out of things to say.
Jeff, I love your radio voice. That was your shill voice, your shill video voice right there. That was excellent. That was beautiful.
Thank you. People were like, make a shill video.
we know you're a fan, Matt. We know you're a fan. Come on.
Your last chance. Anyway, while we wait,
literally told me when he's like, hey man, anytime you want me to come on, man, I'm always home. I'm always around. So I mean, here's the opportunity right here. The council is calling you to have a respectful discussion, and you've got some issues. Let's hash it out.
Yeah, the council beckons.
But these moments they don't last forever. So
now, speaking of not lasting forever, let's talk about Carrie Fisher on the High Council. Were you guys genuinely surprised that she was going to be in this new movie?
Not genuinely surprised. But I was happy to hear it, to be honest. Not that I was hoping for it necessarily, but to know that she's gonna at least be in another Star Wars movie and our lasting image won't be Mary Poppins Leia makes me a little happy. So, but not surprised. It makes sense.
What about you, Ethan?
No, it's stupid, and it's gonna be horrible. I'll tell you why. In 1959, a director named Edward D. Wood Jr., now considered one of the worst directors of all time, decided upon a plan. He had befriended a down-and-out Bela Lugosi, former Dracula actor of the 1930s. Bela Lugosi had a heroin addiction, and his career in Hollywood was over. So Bela Lugosi was eager to take any paying work, and Ed Wood was able to raise enough money to put him in two of the worst movies of all time. Just before Bela Lugosi died, Ed Wood put him in a cemetery in his Dracula cape and made him run around for a little bit of film. And then he filmed him coming out of his house, sniffing some roses, and then dropping them on the ground and crying. Ed Wood kept this footage in a vault. And after Bela Lugosi died, he decided that he would write a movie around this footage and call it Bela Lugosi's last movie. That movie now lives in infamy as Plan 9 from Outer Space, the worst movie of all time. Ironically, 9 from Outer Space. And it has the same premise. J.J. Abrams has a tiny little amount of footage of Carrie Fisher. And from this acorn will grow the mighty oak. That is, I predict, the worst Star Wars film of all time, perhaps the worst movie of all time. How do you take a scrapped piece of footage from Star Wars Episode 7 and make it make sense in Star Wars Episode 9? How? We've seen it happen before in 1959. I'm so excited, so very, very excited that we are going to see it happen again on the 70th anniversary of Plan 9 from Outer Space, December of 2019. 70 years goes by, boom, we're trying the same experiment again. Star Wars, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Thank you.
I love the way you presented that.
I will say we have a small precedent, and that is Tarkin in Rogue One and Leia in Rogue One. Depends on how they do it. Are they just going to use footage, or are they going to digitally remaster?
They were quite clear. They said we're not going to use any. That would be disrespectful to do a computer generated. Carrie Fisher.
But I think
done it in Rogue One.
Lucasfilm being clear about something means nothing because they never know what they're talking. They never know what they're going to do.
They never know, MundaneMatt. They never know. It doesn't matter. Kathleen Kennedy will insult the grieving family of Carrie Fisher, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because of the timeline.
What about you, Jeff? What did you think about it?
I'm with Ethan on the whole. I mean, I didn't think as deeply into it as he did with his whole Ed Wood analogy, but I thought, really, guys, they're just going to have to dig up more footage. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I feel like they're trying to rewrite Star Wars as Leia's story. Like, she gets this grand send-off, yet Han and Luke go out like punks. She should have blown up in space, and that should have been the end of it. They go to show that these characters mean nothing in these new movies, that their cause meant nothing, they fought for nothing. Well, then Princess Leia was one of the three main characters, and she should get the same equal treatment as the guys do. So she should have went out like a punk, and that should have been the end of her story. Her coming out of a coma was stupid. Her riding off with 14 rebellion soldiers or New Wave Order or whatever the fuck they're called, that was stupid. Like, so many things were set up in the last one, and her coming back from a story standpoint makes no sense. I firmly believe that this is all just to string you along by your nostalgia one last time, because Lando doesn't have the drawing power. Like, we love Lando, he's a cool character, but Billy D. Williams has never been the star that Harrison Ford was, or the draw that Luke Skywalker was. So they knew that he wasn't enough, so they got to bring her along from the grave. They got Mark Hamill back, and they got a couple new actors that no one cares about. That's, for me, it's just like one more thing to try to string your emotions, and I don't like how they do that with people.
I agree.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So,
I'm really bad at that, by the way. It's actually the 60th anniversary of Plan 9 from Outer Space, not the 70th. But I always say that. I always say that, your Uncle Ethan's not very good at math.
Just so I can repeat it, the chat keeps asking. Uncle E is on his phone, so that's why his audio is a little low.
I'm so sorry. Are we good? Okay. The cops aren't coming, are they? Okay, good. Sorry. We're driving.
Bullcraft Max says, I'm a progressive Democrat, but I still love you all. Well, thank you, Bullcraft
That's
Max,
nice.
for putting your politics aside to enjoy the High Council.
I love hearing people that disagree with me, comment about like, hey, we still support the channel because we like what you're saying. And that's great, man. Everybody's not going to agree. And once people can start figuring that out, it could be a much better world to live in. My gosh. I get so tired of people that are just like, they want people to repeat their opinions to them. And I always say, I'm not a prisoner to your opinions. I'm just not, and I'm never going to be. So if that's what you're looking for, it's probably, not going to work out very well. But happy to hear that. So thank you so much.
GRP poll, Ethan should make a 3.14 XL box shirt.
No, that's just rude.
Suit yourself just commented, said TFA sucks, Jeremy, but you don't. I was like, all right, I like it. That's it. That's good. That's good stuff. So.
Ethan, on one of my Good Morning Pop Culture shows, someone referred to you as Agent 007XL, Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh my God. Agent 007XL. That's not nice at all.
I love that so much. Brent Herman says, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Can't be that mad at Matt. We all know he's a cuckold.
Yeah.
Geek Chorus says, Uncle Ethan, I recorded you singing Butter for fun, and I put a bleep over every licked and spat. Totally different vibe. LOL, hail the High Council. Thank you very much.
That would be funny. That would sound funny.
The High Recluse Eric Romalda says, evening, gentlemen. What did Papa miss? A lot.
A lot. That's why you got to be here right when the High Council starts every week.
I know. Let's see. Great Loner. Thank you for your super chat. Guys, don't sweat it over the cries of mundane soy. Let's celebrate the achievement of Ethan and his Cyberfrog book. Can't wait for your book, Jeff. Well, thank you, Great Loner. Thank you. I will.
Thank you very much.
I'll be getting on that before the month's over. Well, actually, next month. I can't say that because the month ends in like 2 hours. There's no way I could put together a pitch in 2 hours unless I had to. Party Elm Civvy. MundaneMatt is a CUCK. On a lighter note, can't wait to watch this back later. KK calling a bereft man confused. I've been bereft too. It's disgusting. Mm. Count Duke of Nukem says, I think Dark Forces would have made a cooler movie than Rogue One. Dark Trooper release. Jeremy, did you play that game?
I have not played that one.
I feel like you should do some Geeks and Gaming Star Wars editions.
Got so much lined up for Geeks and Gamers. And not that anybody here will care probably, but we will be playing the Black Ops 4 beta this weekend. So, but yeah, we've got a lot of gaming stuff coming in the near future. Because Geeks and Gamers needs gaming. So,
well, just play Rogue Squadron or something. People will watch.
They will. They definitely will.
Fuck, I want to bust out my GameCube and do that. Let's see.
My N64 sitting there. I could just go with some Shadows of the Empire and just point the camera at the old school TV.
My friend Phil would be a little jealous of your setup because I watch your videos and I've seen the setup, and he would be like, "Oh man," because he's one of those guys that has to have the best gaming of anybody, and he doesn't have anything on you. So his Mario Kart skills are weak as well. He'll get pissed and quit in the middle of a match. So. NeoFlow22, guys, do you think JJ will retcon The Last Jedi and write Luke as alive? If they do, will you see it or still boycott? Also, Anakin Ghost or Obi Ghost?
If JJ did that, he may actually show that he has a ball. Maybe.
I don't lose the other one.
Well, I mean, just the fact that he wouldn't even stand up for The Force Awakens to be, paid attention to with The Last Jedi proved he has no balls. But he can prove he has one if he retcons The Last Jedi and writes Luke properly.
Ethan?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. But yeah, wouldn't that be great? I mean, I know he doesn't like The Last Jedi because he sent out his boy Simon Pegg to basically say so. So I kind of, I would be proud of him if he did. I'm kind of in JJ's corner right now. I'm rooting for him, even though I know this is going to be bad. I'm always hopeful. I'm stupid.
I mean, I heard from someone who has good, deep connections at Lucasfilm that the people, all they would say to me, they wouldn't say specifics or anything like that. They just said the people working on Episode 9 hated Episode 8.
Oh, that's good news.
No names. There were no names attached to it. I asked for names. I couldn't get names. And so I don't know if that's even, all I can do is repeat what I've heard. I wish I could have gotten specific names, but I got none.
And to answer your question, NeoFlow, I will see the movie for the channel because I have to. I sat through Solo and Rogue One and Episode 8 and 7, so for the channel, we will do a lot of torturous things for your entertainment. Jedi Rider says, hey, I'm late. I was at a hockey game. What did I miss? Everything. The show's now over, man. You missed all Jedi Rider.
Literally everything.
Sable Aragon says, Rogue One was like a drunken Taco Bell. Seemed great at the time, but upon digestion leaves a hole that even Crown Royal can't fill. I feel more shame with eating Taco Bell than I do watching Rogue One, but I do get what you're saying. If you guys have gone back and watched our review, I gave it high marks. I was like so excited, and now I watch it again. I'm like, 7 out of 10 at the most for me. Yeah. But I agree with you.
And I was so hyped for Rogue One too, man. I really was so excited. And look, I left watching it, really excited because that final scene is incredible. Yeah. You can't help but to get excited for that, but everything else before it, prior to the final battle on Scarif and all that, I didn't like it. That part of it. But
well, you were hard for an entire year from episode 7, so I couldn't imagine how good that felt.
What's that now? Say that again.
I said you were hard the whole year from episode 7, so you must have been riding a pretty big Star Wars high for a calendar year.
100%. I really was, and like I said, I quit, and so many people have asked me about it. But I quit my job to go see Rogue One because I couldn't get off in time to go see the movie. So I quit my job because I was so busy with working with stuff with Geeks and Gamers. Leading into that, plus with family and everything, and it was Christmas time, I forgot to request a day off, and I already had my tickets and everything. So by the time I went in that morning, and I'm like, look, boss, I'm sorry, but I have to be off by 3, because at that point in time we were setting up a Geeks and Gamers table at the AMC here in Pensacola. I was speaking to the theater before the movie started, talking about geeksandgamers.com, and so I had a lot of prior. So it wasn't just the fact of, oh, I can't go see a movie. It was like I also had obligations to promote, Geeks and Gamers, which is always my number one focus. And he was like, there's no way you can get off. I'm like, look, here's what's going to happen. Either you're going to let me off work, or I will make sure I'm off work. One way or the other, I will be there. And he's like, Jeremy, I can't do anything about it. So I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm out at noon. So I quit. It was a uniform delivery company I was working for, but I'm not going to name who it is.
Well, Kevin Smith quit his day job so he could go see Batman '89 in theaters.
Did he?
Yeah, it's on his.
Why wouldn't you guys just wait? I don't understand. Just wait a few hours. No.
Well, again, but it was tied to a lot of it was also tied to the fact that I had, it was all about building Geeks and Gamers too. I had that thing set up at the AMC, so that trumps everything for me, because I can get a job like that. I'm good. So okay. and I did have a job like 2 days later.
And now you're here, so everything worked out.
Everything worked out. So remember, kids, quit your job for Star Wars movies, and well, not now, but when they get it fixed.
What he means is follow your dreams, folks, and don't let anyone hold you down, especially a dickhead boss at a uniform delivery company.
Especially a day job for corporate America. Fuck those motherfuckers. I've done it for so long, and I promise you, it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how much effort. It doesn't matter how much passion. They will fuck you over in a second, because that's the corporate world. Use them for anything you need, and don't give in at all. Just use them. Do it like an Office Space. Just show up for work maybe 10 minutes a week, and do what you need to do.
So when did you become Abby Hoffman? What are you talking about? What is going on with you?
Office Space, man. Have you seen Office Space?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's greatness, man. It's greatness. So
fantastic movie.
What's happening? All right. We're getting off track, so.
Yeah, but it's never a bad thing to get off track to talk about Office Space, dude.
This is true. We need to do a watch party of Office Space.
I got a copy right next to me on DVD and Blu-ray. Whenever you want to do that, I'm there, man. I'm there.
Idiocracy is better, though.
I got them both. I love Mike Judge.
Yeah, me too.
Yes,
Mike Judge is my personal hero.
Yep.
Rad number 2 says, I don't know why people have such a boner for Rogue One. It was basically a low-quality key bump for the fans. And then here's the shit kicker, Jeremy. Mario Quart, MERIOQART.
Oh boy. Between that and the now proper Jeremy has his own Twitter account. Jeremy's copy of Mario Kart with a C has its own Twitter account. There's Jeremy's YouTube notifications has its own Twitter account. I can't even keep up anymore. It's great.
Is there a Jer Binks?
It's not a Jer Binks yet that I know of. I wasn't even aware of the proper Jeremy until it commented to me the other day, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a proper Jeremy account now? So
friends, listeners, get on a Jer Binks account. We should all Photoshop Jeremy's face onto the Jar Jar Binks thing and make it happen. We could all use a good laugh.
Oh, man.
Michael Myers is a whiny little bitch, 67, says, I'm Voorhees, 67. I know. Ethan, Jeremy, your quick sequel trilogy pitches, please.
Quick sequel trilogy pitch. So if we were to do the sequel trilogy all over again, and I've said this many times. I mean, I don't try to map out what I want to see in a movie prior to seeing it, because I feel like that's the easy way to hurt because whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and you're probably going to end up being disappointed if you've decided what exactly you wanted to see. But generally speaking, what I was hoping to see with Luke is I just wanted Luke to be this like almost like a god walking on earth among people. Like once Luke made appearances within the sequel trilogy, I wanted people to look at him and go, oh my God, that's Luke Skywalker. I wanted him to command every single moment he was in. I wanted people to be in awe of him. I wanted him to carry that much weight as the legend that he should have been. And I obviously wanted to see Han, Luke, and Leia together, and I was very disappointed when that didn't happen. But, you know, I've never really mapped out what I wanted to see. That's why I enjoyed The Force Awakens, because I didn't really map out all these specifics of what I wanted to see. And, you know, if I would have saw Luke like walk into, you know, Maz's place and people just like, oh, hey, what's up? It's Luke. I probably would have got pissed off because I had decided that better not fucking happen. You know what I mean? So, so it's hard for me to map out exactly. I just know I didn't like The Last Jedi. That's all I know.
Yeah, as for me, I'm having difficulty. I'm thinking about it. First of all, I agree with everything Jeremy said. For me, the problem is the villain. I'm not into another, you know, fascist regime rising up. I mean, that's the obvious answer. They keep repeating themselves. We're going to build another Death Star. We're going to build another powerful weapon. I don't know what it is with these people who want to destroy planets. What for? They're not in the way. Go around them. You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to do? Planet's in the way. Why do you have to destroy it? Just move. I don't know. I guess like because I'm coming from this whole kind of DC Comics like Green Lantern kind of thing, like I would want them to confront some kind of physical manifestation of the dark side of the Force. Like I would think something cosmic, like past, like actually encountering what the dark side of the Force actually is. Is it something? Is it some kind of like black hole? I mean, I don't even know, but actually have it be something. But this is just me spitballing, and you know, I don't know. This is probably why they just continue to make fascist regimes with planet destroyers.
And the thing too about The Force Awakens, looking back on it, is it made the universe seem small.
Yep.
It just made it seem really small. And that's one thing I love so much about the Clone Wars series, is it makes the universe seem so massive, but it still seems centered around, you know, the Jedi. You know what I mean? Even though it was a big, huge universe. And so with The Force Awakens, it seems so small. Even though we went to these new places that we had never seen, they felt so familiar that it didn't seem like it was expanding the universe, you know? And that's just you know, you've got a huge sandbox to play in, and it seemed like they didn't want to go anywhere with it.
No, we just got a little teenager who's cosplaying as the Empire, essentially. I mean, I just don't dig Kylo Ren. I'm sorry, I don't like it.
Don't apologize for that here on this channel.
Hux, I don't like these people. Get them out of here.
Nice ice. No, we don't have beef. I don't know why you're asking if we have beef. No beef, bro. No beef.
JR said, I highly recommend Thrawn Alliances on audiobook.
Everybody Odin was on my live stream the other night from Odin's movie blog, and he's been, you know, a lot of people have recommended that we listen to the Thrawn trilogy, and he listened to the first book and he was blown away. He was like, this is the greatest thing ever. So that's on my short list, the Thrawn trilogy.
Have you guys heard the rumor swirling around that this new casting choice, Richard E. Grant, is supposedly playing Thrawn in the movie? That's a fan rumor. But have you heard about that?
I have. Yep. I saw it on Twitter earlier.
What do you think? Do you think he's got the structure for it? Do you care? Do you think it's too late for Thrawn?
I just think it's too late for anything almost. The only thing that I could actually see inspiring and making the majority of Star Wars fans happy is the one thing I don't think that's possible, and that's what we talked about earlier, and that's JJ retconning The Last Jedi. I mean, I think that's the only play here to where it shows like it happened. The Last Jedi happened. You have an opportunity to fix it by retconning it, and just JJ can pull his ball out and he can actually show he has one, and show that Ryan Johnson wanted to ignore my movie. well, I'm not going to ignore his movie. I'm going to acknowledge his movie, and then I'm going to Thanos him. I'm going to snap my fingers and his movie's going to be gone, and we're going to move forward with this story. And I feel like that's the only thing they can do that would please the heavy majority of Star Wars fans. Outside of that, bringing Mara Jade in, bringing Thrawn in, bringing all these, it just seems like too little too late with the Lando situation. It just seems too little too late for me.
Thanks, Disney. Chicken Sith says, guys, you may have missed it today with today's excitement. Twitter pulled Jim Helias's ad for the Blue Mamba Kickstarter, but kept his payment, $4,000 to go.
Wow.
Who do you guys know who Jim Helias is?
I don't.
Well, he's got a Kickstarter, doesn't he? Or is it an Indiegogo?
It says Kickstarter from Chicken Sith.
Yeah, Kickstarter sucks. Don't go work with Kickstarter. First of all, there's nothing that I'm watching Ed Benez, who is like a huge DC and Marvel artist, mostly DC. Huge guy. He's over there at Kickstarter, and he's got a campaign going. You should check it out. What is it? It's about two girls. I can't remember the name of it. Just look up Ed Benez on Kickstarter. Go back his campaign, because he's been on there for like 8 days, and I think he's almost got $20,000. I got $20,000 in the first 20 minutes on Indiegogo. It's like that. Kickstarter sucks. Nobody's going there. It's a dying platform. It's run by far left wingers. Go work for Indiegogo. Go take your project there. And Blue Mamba, I think it was called, looked like a pretty promising thing. I don't know why that would happen, but man, that really sucks.
Well, Twitter just seems to be. Didn't they their stock go down because they lost so many users over the last month or something like that, like 1 million users or something like that?
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's true, but I think people are kind of backing off of Twitter because there's what's that? Fake accounts. Oh, they were fake accounts, I'm being told.
Yeah, they were fake. Purged. Yeah, they purged a lot of fake accounts off Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
now, I will say, just for me specifically, like for geeksandgamers.com, for all of the social media that we have, our analytics, we got more traffic from Twitter than we did any other social media platform in the past month. So for me, that, from that little small sample size, it's worked out great. For us, it's much better than Facebook, which Facebook is terrible. And so I would like to look, and I haven't looked at my YouTube analytics to see how Twitter's helped. But Facebook's just all about these, paid for posts and stuff like that, like pay if you want, which Twitter has that too. But yeah, Twitter's stock is dropping. So, but looking good for me right now. So.
Ghosty Ghost sent in a very, very generous super chat that just says "hello there" with 3 exclamation points. So, Ghosty Ghost, hello there.
Nice.
General Kenobi.
Justin Panlasigui says, been on vacation in Hawaii. Missed you guys. Started a savings account for the Everclear we're going to need at San Diego Comic-Con 2020. Bought my issue of Cyberfrog. First comic purchased in over a decade. Jeremy, did Ivan leave you any chorizo?
Ivan didn't leave me anything because Ivan dared to step to the master to play some Mario Kart, and he left with his feelings hurt. So,
damn.
Yeah, but he will be back in a few weeks, and we are actually going to record us playing some Mario Kart, so you guys will get to see it firsthand.
And thank you for supporting Cyberfrog.
Yeah, and that was a very nice super chat as well. Thank you. Dovin Death says, get Mr. Mitaker to come in for Matt. Don't know that guy. I mean, I know him, but I've reached out to him. He's never responded, so... by the way, folks, I did talk to Dishonored Wolf and Mauler, so that's going to be happening soon. So you guys ask, we can make anything happen. Or we can at least attempt to.
Those guys are awesome.
They are, oh man, Mauler's cool as shit, and his voice is very relaxing. You can listen to him read a phone book.
Yeah, he's like, Mauler's kind of like the Daniel Day-Lewis of YouTube. Like, he only shows up once in a blue moon, but once he shows up, boy, he's probably going to win some awards and...
Deservedly so.
Yeah, he's awesome. So, because what is he hasn't uploaded in like 2 months, right? I think something like I know he does like occasional live streams, but he doesn't leave them uploaded. But yeah, Mauler's great.
He is. He's a lot of fun to talk to off air as well. DeMille Jr. says, Episode 9 gameplay footage from Star Wars Connect.
Oh,
you guys are picking some terrible things to pitch about episode 9. Speaking of terrible things in episode 9, our friend Ivan Nieves is back. Haven't heard from you in a while, Ivan. What about the return of Vader's castle in episode 9? Frowny face. I had heard that was going to be a thing, but I haven't read too many of the rumors. I've been working on the Simon Pegg video that's going to come out tomorrow night. Have you guys heard this?
No. I don't think so.
So I assume it's just going to be the Vader castle from Rogue One. So I guess Kylo Ren's going to now live in Darth Vader's hangout. Like, is the whole twist of this movie going to be Darth Vader turned to the light side of the Force before he died and redeemed himself? His journey was complete, blah, blah, blah. And then Kylo Ren's going to go, oh, okay, I'm back then. Is that it? Is that the twist?
Yeesh.
Stupid shit. The High Recluse Grimaldus, thank you very much. OMG, that was too much. Now, make one about JJ copying the blueprint of George's first boat when he was supposed to make a new and revolutionary boat.
That would be good. I would watch that.
I would too. We should make that. We should definitely make that. Ethan will we'll work together.
I'll
pencil it roughly. I'll link it. Yeah. The Kinky Pinky says, my ideal high council: Razor Fist, Mauler, E /R, Panny Pie, XXXXL, Jeff Shitter, Jer Higgs, MundaneMatt, Lena Dunham, and Anita Sarkeesian. Pure gold.
Yikes.
That's horrible.
Lena Dunham? Ugh.
By the way, did you guys see who reached out to me on my live stream the other day? Sargon reached out.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
He commented on my live stream and told me to email him, wanted me to join him on his podcast. So that could be. I don't know a lot about him. I mean, I've researched him since then. So almost like 900,000 subs. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
I've watched This Week in Stupid many times. So if you have any questions, ask me.
Will do. Talk about it afterwards. Maybe I can get him on the council one of these days.
Ooh, that'd be cool. He's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Data Racer 117 wasn't all of Leia's scenes in The Force Awakens with Han? ? I don't know. No, there's probably deleted scenes that we've never seen, much like there's a bunch of deleted scenes with from the original Star Wars. So we'll find out, guys. We'll find out. Let's see. Justin Panlasigui, thank you again. I worked on the Legends film release of Plan 9 with Rift Tracks guys. Ethan, great comparison.
Thank you. Yeah. And nice. You work with the Rift Tracks boys. Those guys are great.
Gojirify says, I'm late. Did you discuss MundaneMatt yet? Yes, Gojirify. Not only did we discuss him, we've invited him onto the damn show, but he's just messing up. He's missing out on the social event of the season. This is it. This is the High Council. He's got one chance. He'll never be invited again. Mega Jetty 1. I don't know why that name makes me laugh. Jeremy, please read my comment on your vid response. What do Star Wars fans want? It's about Return of the Jedi, Jar Jar Binks, and a funny sequel trilogy remark. And that came from Mega Jetty 1, Jeremy. So
Mega Jetty. Gotcha. I will check that out. And I do try to read all of my comments. Sometimes I miss some of them, but I'll definitely check that out.
Rhino 4563. This is my favorite one of the night. EVS 007XL, the pie that loved me.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's not even. All right. I've eaten 0 pie since I've been in Arkansas. And believe me, they've tried to give me pie. I've had 0 pie.
Sure. Just don't lie to us.
None.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You're going to rectify that when you get back home. The first thing you're going to ask for is a pie and a fork. Peephole says, do you feel Disney will cancel Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now that the cast and Gunn have created such uncertainty on if they will have another Solo?
Yes.
I don't know. No way. You think they'll cancel it? You think they'll cancel the entire... I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, outside of the Avengers movies, is their #1 MCU property right now. Because Iron Man isn't a thing anymore in terms of, like, I don't think Downey's going to do any more solo films. So they're going to figure something out. But there's no way, I mean, that they're going to cancel Volume 3. I just don't see any way that happens. It's a mega franchise. Mega franchise.
What about the Tiki Watiti or whatever his name is guy from Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, I mean, that guy seems to be the one a lot of people are saying. And I mean, I Ragnarok was fine, I guess. It wasn't that great for me, but it seemed like it was trying to be like Guardians. So maybe that works. I would be fine with that. But no, I don't see this franchise going anywhere. It's too big of a franchise.
Gone. Out of here. They ruined it. They poisoned it. And the cast members are now poisoning it.
Well, I agree with that from what you're saying, but I'm just saying from Disney's standpoint, I just don't see them canceling this franchise. I feel they'll do whatever it takes to fix it without.
Do you think Disney wants to talk about this more? You think Disney wants to discuss the reason why, all this? Do you think Disney wants to worry about this kind of PR?
Oh no, they don't. But again, I just don't see them canceling this franchise. Not if this was Ant-Man, sure, you know what I mean. But it's not Ant-Man. This is Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think they'll try to figure something out.
Do you think they can pay the cast enough to make them want to come back, or is it like a Sam Raimi situation where if he's gone, they're gone, and they just recast the whole thing?
I mean, at that point, if the cast walks in, I don't think you have anything. You know what I mean? I just don't see that happening. So
I do. I'm surprised at you. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And
what you think? You think the cast is going to walk?
Of course, yeah. Of course, they've already made their stands. It's over.
Well, I think there's a realistic chance that Gunn potentially gets rehired.
I don't
before Disney would cancel it. But I don't think they're going to hire him. I just think before they would cancel it, I think they would rehire Gunn.
Here's what they're going to do. If they rehired Gunn, they are going to have to answer all kinds of questions that they don't want to answer. And Gunn, we're not even sure what's up with Gunn. I'm not even sure what's up with that guy. You're going to rehire him just because his friends want you to? Under these circumstances? I just don't see it. It's a PR. It's whoa, what is that?
That was me. I'm messing with my microphone. My bad.
Oh, I thought your house was on fire.
No.
Yeah. I thought you were whistling a merry tune, personally. But I just, Jeremy, I think you misread this situation. I predict this. I predict that the cast has made itself kind of a nuisance to Disney. I predict that they they'd have too much pride, at least a good portion of them, to return for 3, having not had their request met by Disney. I do not think Disney will rehire Gunn. I think it's an impossible situation, and thus Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is not going to happen.
Well, here's what I think. We all know that Hollywood and actors, they're all about their virtue signaling. They're more concerned with their money, but of course they wanted to make their united stand to act like they're great people and they're going to stand by their friend or whatever. But at the end of the day, none of those outside of Chris Pratt, who else in that movie is a legitimate megastar? Like, yeah, Zoe Saldana's in a lot of franchises, but she doesn't carry movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all of those people, like, I mean, yeah, if you want to say Bradley Cooper, but these are all mega. This is a mega franchise. When it comes down to it, they're more concerned with their money than their feelings. They love to act like they care online, but behind scenes, they're sitting there going, "Man, what he said was fucked up. My kids will never be around him." But of course, they're going to get on social media and play the white knight of the internet.
Well, that's. I mean, you're guessing like how they actually feel. I think they really do kind of. I think that they are on his side. I think what they're saying is genuine. But, I mean, here's the thing. When you make a movie, you have to go up in front of a lot of cameras and microphones and do a lot of press. Now, is Disney would have to nail each one of them down with all kinds of, like, NDAs and sort of behavioral contracts, clauses, to get them to never talk about this and never answer questions that are inevitably going to be asked about it. Should they go ahead and make Guardians of the Galaxy 3? It doesn't make practical sense at this point. The movie's been ruined. It's been ruined.
What do you think about the great? Go ahead.
Well, how does it tie into the MCU then? Because the Guardians are directly tied to the MCU and the Avengers and everything that happened in Infinity War.
Fortunately, they're dead right now, so they don't come back. What do you think of that?
I just don't. I do not. I think Guardians 3 will happen, one way or the other. So,
well, I was going to ask you that, Jeremy, about the greater implications for the MCU as a whole, because I'm not trying to play, doomsday prophesizer here, but Avengers 4 is going to be like the last big thing they ever do in terms of $2 billion movie, the whole cast and crew. The next ones are all going to be smaller movies of Ant-Man proportions. You're never going to get You're not going to get Wonder Woman money or Black Panther money out of the Brie Larson Captain Marvel flick, and then each subsequent movie, you know, where Captain America and Thor, you're just going to get these other lesser characters. So do you think James Gunn, if he doesn't come back, Guardians 3 was the last mega one they could have made before we get into this like middle of the line releases for all the Marvel movies going forward?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's that's what I'm saying is the implications of canceling Guardians. It's bigger than Guardians. It's like that's major ramifications within the MCU, and they're all going to have to answer questions about this. If Guardians gets canceled, every Marvel film that goes greenlit and there's a media tour, everybody involved with that is going to have to answer questions about Guardians of the Galaxy being canceled. How does this impact it? How do you feel about this, Robert Downey Jr.? How do you feel about this, Chris Evans? Like, everybody's going to have to answer questions if Guardians gets canceled. So you're not going to be able to avoid this in any scenario.
I think James Gunn will shadow direct this movie, much like Steven Spielberg shadow directed Poltergeist, but Tobe Hooper's credited as that. And if you go back and look at all kinds of interviews with like Joe Beth Williams and the actors, they say, well, Steven Spielberg directed this. I think that's what we'll get out of a James Gunn situation. He won't be credited on the movie. He wrote the movie. What I would like to know is, do you think enough people actually know about this situation or care that it'll impact the box office, thus causing it to become a failure?
I just think, I mean, right now, everything is really like this is the big thing to talk about right now, and everybody is emotional over it, and everybody's talking about it. Give it a few weeks, give it a month, give it 6 months. The cast will be whatever. Just like bringing up the NFL player protests and all that, and then Trump calls them out, and then they spend one weekend where they all protest against him, and then the next week everybody's standing. You know, it's like it's a few weeks later there'll be another controversy, something else, and time will pass. There's controversies happen all the time, and they all get through it. So I say there's no way Guardians 3 gets canceled.
You just talked about sports, dude. You broke the
I'm sorry.
rule.
Oh, God. Then, hey, wait, we did increase like 2 viewers, though. Oh, nope, drop 4. Never mind. I'll see myself out. I'll see myself out.
The Pui. Thank you very much, the Pui. Are you telling Ethan's calling this one in? Yes, we're saying that Ethan's calling this one in. I'm
literally phoning this one in, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Thank you. Bagel Goose, a.k.a. Cecil, says, hey, I'll watch Geeks and Gamers play Battlefield 4. I don't give a heck. Also, subscribe to Cecil Says.
And it's Black Ops 4.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Battlefront. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Count Dukem Nukem says, to be fair, Bob Iger deserves some blame for rushing production of The Force Awakens, according to Steph. It's why KK fired Michael Arndt, though it's still a bad decision. Who's Steph? Is that Stephanie Janicek or
Janicek, maybe?
Janicek, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what was the super chat? What exactly did he say? According to Steph?
To be fair, Bob Iger deserves some blame for rushing The Force Awakens into production, according to Stephanie.
Yeah,
that's why Kennedy fired Michael Arndt, but it's still a bad decision.
Yeah, I would assume that's Stephanie Janicek that he's talking about.
Okay. Well, thank you, Count Dukem Nukem. Thanks to everyone. Down Forward Punch says, if you build it, Brandon Moist will come. I'm sure he will. We all will. JP4 says, amen, Jeremy. I was screwed this month royally.
What? Uh-oh.
JP.
Hang on. I think MundaneMatt just responded. Let me see.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he just said LOL okay to the world-class tweet. So he's not even like directly. He's just playing it off. He won't even say
yes. What tweet? I didn't send out a tweet.
World-class BS. One of your people did probably. It says, hey, MundaneMatt, the High Council is calling you at geeksandgamers.com at Ethan Van Sciver. And then MundaneMatt just said LOL okay.
Well,
so,
give him
that's what he does. He goes, you guys, I don't even care. I don't even care. I just think it's funny. I don't even care. Like that's his move from here.
Yeah, let me see. Let me check my inbox. And no, I don't have anything in my inbox, so probably not going to happen. All right, sorry about that. What was the super chat you were talking about?
It just says JP4. Amen, Jeremy. I was screwed this month royally.
Probably something we were talking about earlier. So,
Zebulon Pike. That's a cool name. Thank you for your generous super chat. I recall leaving the theater after The Last Jedi opening night feeling disgusted. It was dead quiet. No one was talking. The looks on their faces as they walked out was tragic. It was a funeral procession. Very sad.
a great super chat.
I agree 100%. Great screen name, great super chat. Zebulon Mike, thank you very much. Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. Is there any pie left in Little Rock, Uncle E?
No, I mean yes, but I haven't eaten any.
Mm-hmm. Don't lie to us, my friend. Anyway, Crossbreed as yours says, new fan of this show, and I'm really enjoying what y'all are doing. Jeremy, don't worry. I called in sick work called into work sick to see Godzilla 2014, and it was worth it.
I liked Godzilla 2014. Gareth Edwards did a good job on that movie. I enjoyed it. So
I have it on Blu-ray, Jeremy, so I don't hate it either.
Yeah, I like it. And I'm looking forward to the next Godzilla movie. That trailer was amazing.
Mine, the Millie Bobby Brown part, so I'm excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope she gets eaten by Godzilla. That'd be awesome. Kenneth LaRock says, I sent Jeff my thoughts on the sequel trilogy, or at least the first movie. This type of thing is not my forte, though. Well, thank you, Kenneth LaRock. Yeah, folks, anyone who sends me stuff, I do read. Sometimes I don't remember to respond back. But also, if anyone sends me pitches for stuff, I can't really do anything with it. So I appreciate it, but I think it's like unsolicited material, and we have to be careful, because if we ever talk about anything, it could always get into like weird areas. Like, we don't want to be accused of anything. So guys, if you have ideas, you could, send them here. We can read them on the show type of thing, but we can't really do email for pitches because we can't turn them into videos. It's kind of a weird area, but thank you. McKinney90 says, thank you for Jerry's super chat. First off, I've asked this to Jeremy a while back, but I want to hear it from Ethan and Jeff. What do you guys think of a standalone that explores the concept of gray Jedi who are able to balance both sides?
That's what I mean. No, I can't. Wait, how do you balance the light and the? I don't know. What do you say, Jeff?
I mean, based on what we're currently getting with Star Wars, I don't have any interest in anything standalone that wouldn't be like Obi-Wan with Ewan McGregor, or possibly like a Boba Fett Star Wars 1313 film. But you never know. If you take something and you take a completely fresh concept and put it on film with no SJW garbage and no bullshit behind the scenes and no pandering from the media, you could have a really awesome movie. So, hey, if it's good, I'll watch. I'll be happy for anything that's quality entertainment.
No, but do you think a Jedi could balance the dark and the goodness, the light? I don't understand that. Like, wouldn't just a little bit of the dark make you not light? You're just halfway evil. I mean, that's still evil, isn't it? I mean,
isn't there a Gandalf the Grey or something in Lord of the Rings? Like, what's the difference between Gandalf the Gay and Gandalf the White and all that stuff?
Gandalf the Gay.
Like, sorry, did I say gay? I'm so sorry. Yeah. Gandalf the Grey. Anyway, I was watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia earlier. My bad.
I don't know. I think I think it was. Why did he become Gandalf the White? He just came back, and it was like a nice journey that he went through, and he became. I don't know. Why did he become Gandalf the White, Mitch? Do you know?
Jeremy, you're a Lord of the Rings guy, aren't you?
I wouldn't say I'm Lord of the Rings guy. I love those movies, but I don't know any of the details behind any of that. So I couldn't really give you anything on that. As far as, Grey Jedi and stuff, I mean, there are examples of Grey Jedi. I mean, a lot of people think Ahsoka is a Grey Jedi at this point because she's no longer part of the Jedi Order. She's a Force user. So she falls somewhere, there's no dark side temptation with her, though, necessarily. But a Grey Jedi can be a person with Force abilities that kind of walks the line between, not really following the Jedi code, but still using their Force abilities. So there's a lot of play within what a Grey Jedi can be. So,
Wasn't Luke Skywalker a Grey Jedi? Because he used Sith moves. Remember, he used the Force choke. And that's stuff that only Sith do.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really heard anybody say that about him, but like I said, I know a lot of people seem to think Ahsoka is a Grey Jedi, or could be what would be considered a Grey Jedi at this point in time, in terms of where she is at the end of Rebels and things like that. So,
does it hurt your feelings to have people talk about your girl that way?
No, why? I don't have a problem with that.
All right, cool.
I like the fact of her being a Grey Jedi. I think that's cool. I like the idea of Grey Jedi because I like, for me personally, I could never be a Jedi because there's too many rules, but I would love to be a Force user that could, kind of fall in the middle of what, you know, the Jedi or the Sith per se, you know.
Cecil's Pancake Nipple says Kylo Ren's nipples were lackluster at best.
Oh my god.
True, he's not wrong. Mark C. Reviews may be mixed, but for fans of the show, Rebels Season 4 came out today on Blu-ray. I saw that ad from Star Wars on Facebook.
It's a good season.
Maybe if it is it on Netflix?
Nope.
Oh. I could see myself watching it on Netflix and doing a written review for the channel, but I'm not paying any money for it. Sorry, folks. Count Dukem Nukem says, the only thing I didn't like about Heir to the Empire is it introduced stupid misspelled names for clones. Joras instead of Joras, Saboath, or Luke. There's 3 U's in Luke. I didn't stutter. Thank you, Count Dukem Nukem. Bikini 90. Ethan, it's Ed Bennis, Nina, and Ariel. I backed it.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's really good. It looks great.
Yeah, I was about to say, that dude always draws good-looking women.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan 27883, thank you very much. Be sure to grab the Mark Thompson version of the Thrawn audiobooks. After Thrawn trilogy, equally good as Hand of Thrawn duology. The only real solution.
All right,
Retcon 7 and 8.
Matt's said okay.
Oh, we're gonna get Mundane Matt on the channel?
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell him to get to PM me because I'm not giving the address out publicly.
No. So, folks, I'm going to get back to your super chats in just a moment. Looks like we're going to have Mundane Matt on the show. This could be interesting. So, Jeremy, Ethan, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
I'm waiting for my inbox to.
Well, you wait. I'll read the next one. Laura Ryan stole my fanfiction story. I still believe Filoni added time travel to the canon in Rebels just in case Kathleen Kennedy fed up some stuff he couldn't control. Alt-delete canon. Lucas and Filoni are a team. Possibly. You never know. What is that movie where there's like the back door? Oh, Avengers. When it's like, oh no, we can't figure out. Maybe there's a way. When I was under the spell of the Tesseract or whatever, he had a way to close it all down. So maybe that was Dave Filoni's approach. He had a back door to shut it all down. Gojirify says, Ethan quit his job once so he could be the first at a grand opening of an all-you-can-eat buffet. How was it, Ethan? Was it worth it?
That's not even true. It's not true, you know.
Let's see. Travis Nelson. Episode 9. 3 hours of Lando banging weird shit. Roll credits.
Hang on, guys. I got to put the microphone on mute. I'm saying goodbye to some friends. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Armchair Warlord. No man ever gives a woman an order in The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. I just remember Rey going, don't hold my hand. That was the most egregious example of like weird agendas in Star Wars to me at the time. Zaire says, world-class bullshitters, reminding you about the patron drawings message. Yes, I was talking to our friend Army Vet Rod about, or he sent me some messages over on Patreon. I'm going to take care of those probably tomorrow after Good Morning Pop Culture, because after this show, I go directly to sleep. But don't worry, Zaire, I'll figure something out. Tomorrow night, though, folks, is our Star Wars Expanded Universe discussion. We're going to have a panel. It's essentially like the High Council, but it's not the High Council. It's just me with a group of some Star Wars Expanded Universe enthusiasts / experts, and we're going to discuss the possibilities of what could have come and what was great about the Expanded Universe. So if you're a fan of the Thrawn trilogy and all that other stuff, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow here on World Class Bullshitters at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeremy, any more news?
Yes, I'm trying to get. He's wanting to fucking do email. I don't know why he just don't send me a goddamn private message on Twitter. Make it a lot easier.
Where did he say yes? Oops. Where did he say yes?
I've got it. He just sent me an email. I'm having to open up my email.
Okay. Mareth Dealine says, EVS secret agent and the pie who shagged me.
Pie who shagged me. I'm being shagged by a pie?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Banana cream, man.
Oh.
Mike Angerhauser, EVS looked like a drug cartel's henchman today. I thought you looked dapper, but hey, what the hell did I know?
Thank you. Yeah, I did.
The Cobra Viper says, pecan pie, apple pie, peach pie, rhubarb pie, strawberry pie.
So far, you haven't named one pie that I actually like.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. That's all I know about pie.
Yeah.
Rhino4563 says it's being reported that Evans and Hemsworth have unfollowed Gunn on Twitter.
Ooh. Finally.
Nathan says rumor Disney meets with Gunn for possible rehire, comic book and variety websites. That's going to be a weird couple of days if they go that approach.
All right, link has been sent. So
here he is.
What's up?
What
Hello.
up, man?
Let me change my settings real quick. For some reason, it's not doing what it's supposed to. Stupid Windows 10.
All right, Thomas Gilkey, you're the next one up, folks. We have MundaneMatt here on the High Council. We're going to be talking about the last couple of days and Star Wars and stuff like that. If you guys have questions, I will get to those. So just be prepared. This is a High Council first.
All right, so what's going on, MundaneMatt? What's the problem with you?
He said he had to fix his settings, so give him a minute.
Oh, I was like, damn, that's a long silence.
Yeah, he had just said that, so we'll give him a few minutes to get everything situated. All right.
Yeah, people are surprised.
I'm surprised.
Muting my microphone so I can turn it so it'll kill everyone's ears.
There you are.
Yes, we got you.
I can't hear anything.
No, he can't hear anything. Hang on.
Right, technical difficulties. I'll read Thomas Gilkey's super chat while I wait. Hey guys, do you think if Gunn doesn't get rehired that the cast of Guardians will rebel? Also, keep rocking, all of you. Well, first off, Thomas, thank you for your very nice compliment.
They already kind of have rebelled a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. That's kind of a thing.
Yeah, they're gonna be very up. Well, they have no choice. They've already made a stand. So either they, what do they do? If Disney says, "Well, thanks, but no," what do you do at that point? You just back down, right? Or do you walk away? I mean, I think it's half and half. I think half of them would be reasonable and say, "Okay, well, we'll work with you anyway." The other half is going to say, "Well, no," because James Gunn was our friend, and they're going to walk away. That's why I think the project is doomed.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least, what they do with that. I'm more interested to see how a film succeeds, even if they do bring James Gunn back. If enough public interest has been lost in this film, I don't know. That's the thing that interests me the most.
Yeah.
Matt just commented and said,
okay, sorry. It should be.
There we go.
There we go. It was all going haywire for a hot second. I apologize.
All right, cool.
We just talking about James Gunn. That's a fun topic.
Yeah. So, Ethan, you had a question for Matt.
Yeah, Matt, what's going on, buddy? What's the problem?
I'm particularly not a large fan of yours. That's generally
No,
what
you're
it boils
not
down
large
to.
at all. You're a very small guy.
That's not
What
true.
exactly
That's not
is the
true.
problem?
We can disagree on that.
You are. How
I'm
tall are you, MundaneMatt?
I'm about 5'9".
Yeah,
I'm a stocky guy. I'm a stocky guy.
Now listen,
Okay.
Matt. Here's the thing. Here's what I think is going on. Can I just tell you? Can I
Sure.
confront you with this?
Yeah, 100%.
I
Dude.
think
Go ahead.
you're mad. Here's how I think all this started. I think you're mad because when it came to the Trump piss dossier, you made some claims, and this was a while ago. This was a few months ago, so this was simmering with you for a little while. You made some claims, and then some of your friends wanted to confront you about it and argue and debate with you. And they offered you money to show up, and you responded in a very strange way. What did you say?
I said that, well, for one, I turned it down. And I turned it down predominantly because it was funnier to watch him freak out for turning down.
I don't believe that for a minute.
No, it's 100%. It's 100% that, dude. It's 100% that.
So you do have a sense of humor, evidently. You think things are funny.
I think a lot of things are funny. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That was really funny.
So here's the thing. So anyway, I got on there and I said, I think that you should debate this because I think that you were wrong. I think you were being disingenuous. Here's another $1,000. And I did that publicly. And then you kind of
I never saw that. I honest to God never saw that. I
did because you responded to me. It was in your live stream. You did.
I don't recall. No, honest to God, I don't recall that. So I remember the most it got up to was 1,500. And
would you have done it for 25?
No, not at all. I wouldn't have done it even for like $10,000.
Why not?
Because it's more fun to watch people get so upset about it. It's literally no, I'm not even kidding you. It's more fun. It is ultimately more fun for me to sit back and watch so many people scurry
Oh my god, it's so funny that everyone thinks I'm being disingenuous.
People can think I'm being disingenuous all they want.
I'm a coward. Ha!
They can think that all they want. It's more fun for me to not give a shit about that.
But so then, Matt, why are you so concerned with what other people do on YouTube? If you're acting like a YouTube white knight all of a sudden, yet now you're claiming how you love trolling people. Like, how do you play both sides?
I thought you were here to unravel the news. I thought you were here to set the record straight.
You're all like, hold on. You're like, all these Star Wars channels are so hurting my feelings, and now you're claiming that you just enjoy trolling people to watch them freak out. So which is it? Are you the internet white knight, or do you have this context and morals?
Well, it depends. Okay, well, you have to first give me a second to actually answer the question.
Okay, go.
In regards to this specific incident, this is far greater than just that one particular thing. So
Star Wars is more important than what went on with Trump and the Piss dossier and all that. So
considering the whole, hold on, Ethan, sir, you have to let me actually respond. If you want context, which is something I know you don't like, but I need to provide context in order for you to understand it. Well, the context is, can you let me finish, sir? Can you let me finish?
Go ahead.
All right. So the incident in question stems back to another thing where I had a one-off conversation with a person for the first time who attacked me over Pizzagate, which is bullshit, and then gave me crap over the whole Piss dossier, trying to claim that it was debunked when it hasn't been. And that was that. That was the end of the conversation. Now, the reason why it kind of blew up was because at the time, that girl's boyfriend, a guy who I've never met, ended up like getting really upset that apparently I offended the sensibilities of his lady. So he wanted to put me down for this fight. At that exact moment in time, we had I think it was, I'd say around probably the height of the internet blood sports movement, one that is at this point completely defunct and dead. And people were wanting to see fights. So they wanted to drag me in. They were trying to drag me in for a ton of different things. I kept turning them down. So they play videos of me crying over getting a silver play button, a video that I laughed.
That was a good video.
I like that video because it's a good video. I'm very proud of my play button. Absolutely. So the thing is, they were trying to get me in over a number of issues, and it was day in and day out for weeks. So when the money came on the table, I just started to laugh because they think that if they're going to sit there and they're going to berate me and they're going to talk down to me and they're going to insult me, they're going to make fun of everything about me, and then they think money's going to get me in the door. It's more fun to watch them just keep throwing money at nothing. And that money right now is sitting in an account, apparently, that no one's touching. So I'd rather it go to charity at this point than anything else.
So why didn't you do that? Why didn't you?
Why? Because I don't care.
All of this, that you don't care about charity.
I don't care about any of that.
All of that money is sitting in an account. It should have gone to charity. All you had to do was show up and give this.
It's more. It's at this point more fun to just not do it. Yeah, it's more fun to just not do it.
Funny. I got it. Okay.
So because there's also a lot of history there too. There's like, it's not just like a couple people. It was a fair amount of them that I've known for a while, and we all had a big drama falling out that I'm sure you're aware of.
No, I'm not. I don't care. All I know is this one thing.
Okay, well, you just know that. Okay, well, now you know. Now you know the history, and now you can make an informed decision. There we go.
I have. I've made my decision.
So, as someone that cares so much, why are you so concerned with us?
I don't like what appears to be in many cases disingenuous reporting, hyperbolic deception, and all done for views and attention. And that's what I view it as. My job is to spend pretty much all day, every day, looking and reading what's going on. And then when I watch other people's videos and I see a lot of disingenuous shit happening, I don't like it. So I'll say something about it. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. You can agree with me, disagree with me. I don't really care. But
evidently, you're not allowed to have a different opinion than MundaneMatt.
No, you're allowed to have whatever opinion you want, man. My entire thing, though, is just if you have the information. What information? Oh, I just don't like. Here's the thing. Okay, so at VidCon, Ethan, I actually came across a couple of fans of yours, and this was a really enlightening situation. Really funny. One guy was wearing a Soilo T-shirt out in the wild. Thought you might like to know that.
God forbid.
And I got to talking to the guy real quick. Him and his wife and his kids, nice people. And your name came up, obviously. And I asked them, I'm all like, they started asking me about Solo and about other stuff. And I told them what I do. And they go, oh, well, what do you think about what Ethan says about this? And I was like, well, that's not really accurate. I kind of filled them in on it. If I recall correctly, it had, I think it was the Deadpool review thing. I went, by the way, I did go and I did look as far as I could at that time. And it was just the one.
Right.
And I think you also did another one saying like 46% of people or whatever don't want to see Solo, but then I went and did the math on that, and it was nowhere near accurate what would be the case. I mean, ultimately the movie tanked, so we can all agree that happened.
That's right. Well, Matt, here's the problem. Here's what you don't understand about that one instance that got you very upset. See, we followed that story every single day. And basically the way I do my channel is that I read news stories. I just read news stories. I'm not reporting anything. I'm reporting on reporting. I'm commenting on commentary. So when somebody says to me, hey, there's a story that a Deadpool review has been mixed into Solo, we go and we take a look at it. Now, my feeling was this. My feeling was that it was peculiar. That was my feeling. Because for one reason, the reviews were just starting to come in. First, the initial reviews from the people who were invited to the premiere, okay, which were mostly positive to lukewarm. They should have been, but they ended up kind of being lukewarm, leaving the Rotten Tomatoes score teetering at 70%. 70%. Once the regular reviews came in, people were worried, one assumes, that it was going to become a splat mark. So one extra review had screwed with that average and kept it at 70%. They took that review down, and what happened? They went to 69%. So that one review was it went to 68%. That one review was holding it up by 2 points. 2 points. Now, Matt, I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know. And when I said, hey, there could be other reviews. Maybe there's a review for Gone with the Wind mixed in there. Maybe there's a review for like Lady from Shanghai that's also affecting this score and keeping it at 68%. Those are jokes. I was fully aware that there was only one Deadpool review. I went through it by hand in the video. Okay? So the point wasn't that, there are a lot, and the point was that there was one, and it was affecting the score and keeping it from being a splat on the day before the premiere. Do you understand?
No, I get it.
That's why it was peculiar. Now, you could say it's disingenuous. There was only one. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't watch my videos because you can't even pronounce my name. I say my name every single time.
I will admit I did get your name wrong. I realized that.
So
I realized that. I do realize that. Yeah.
You spoke to one of my fans at a convention, and then you decided to go live and call me a shithead. So my question for you is, where the hell does MundaneMatt get off? And is everything okay at home?
No, everything's fine at home, man. Thanks for asking.
Well, I'm worried about you because you seem a little nuts.
No, I just don't like you. That's perfectly
like
fine.
You either now.
That's cool. That's fine. You don't have to like me
now, Matt. And I don't know why you're picking a fight with other YouTubers.
If anything, all I'm doing is trying to point out the fact that let me
you just spread a whole load of lies to all your listeners, lies that I just straightened out for you, and lies that people who watch my show completely understand. So everybody who watches my show understands context. They understand what my show is, and they used to understand what your show is, but now you're angry and boring, Matt. Instead of just being boring, Matt, you're angry and boring, Matt. So what's making you so angry? And how can we help you?
There's nothing you can do to help me.
2 videos in a row. 2 videos in a row defaming me.
Not 2 videos in a row. I've done multiple videos.
In a row. One yesterday and one today. What's going on?
I did the one. I did a second one this morning.
You did. All my fans are like, what's going on with Matt? Is he nuts? I'm like, I don't even know this hockey puck. I don't know this dude. So what is going on with you? How can we help you? Have you been helped?
No, it's not even.
All right, listen. Don't talk about me, Matt, unless you want me to talk about you. Do you want me to make videos about you?
You wouldn't be the first person.
Okay. Well, I might be the last person.
I don't think so, Ethan. I don't think so.
Matt,
you don't know.
Don't go to war with Fandom Menace.
I'm
not. Don't go to war with Fandom Menace.
I'll tell you what here. How about this? Let's come to some kind of accord here. Here's the thing. How about this? One of the biggest beefs that I've got, and this is not necessarily with you specifically, but I think the culture. How about that? The culture. So I'll talk to people and they'll send me like links to your video that stuff that I look at and I'm like, I don't think this is wholly accurate. But the thing is, people treat it as accurate. People treat what we do as being accurate. They treat it at this point as being that, right? What we say is in some respects the truth to these people. And so in regards to that, which is something I do ultimately take seriously, and I do get wrong. So hey, look, here's that. I'll fully admit, I'll acknowledge here that I was wrong about the Deadpool review. You explained it. Cool. All right. I probably just let myself get away from it, and that's on me, and I apologize. So
your apologies accepted, Matt. You know, but I don't want to be in fights with MundaneMatt. I don't want to be in fights with any YouTubers. I'm just trying to make funny, entertaining content. I don't want my channel to turn into a channel where I'm bashing other YouTubers. That's not what I want to do. I just want to make fun of Star Wars. I want to make people laugh. I want to get on here with the High Council, and I want to have a good time. I want you to have a good time too. I want your channel to be very, very successful. You're not going to be successful if you're picking fights with me. I promise you.
Well, not worried about you, Ethan, but I appreciate the advice.
Well, you are worried about me 2 videos in a row. Be less worried about me. Be even less worried about me than you're worried now.
Okay.
Be even less worried.
That's fine. I'll tell you what, I can do that. That's fine.
Thank you.
And the thing, and Jeff, I'm sure you're going to jump in here in a minute. But you know, Matt, I mean, you know, you and I talked. I thought we were cool. We put this stuff behind us after you had to call me out unnecessarily. You apologized to me after calling me out, admitting that you were wrong for what you said, and you lacked any context to what you said when you called me out. And that's the first time we ever interacted. Then I brought you on to Geeks and Gamers. We talked. We had a great episode, and it just seemed like now you're going passive aggressive on me, trying to passively aggressively talk about all the stuff, you know, all these Star Wars channels are doing for views. And I'm like, I thought we were cool, bro. I thought it was all good. And everybody knew that I was the undertone of that, along with World Class. And you mentioned EVS. So that's where I got upset with it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, so Jeremy, let's be fair. I like you. And like I said earlier today, I do like you, but your content is just the same thing with the different thumbnail, dude.
I do what my audience wants. What's wrong with that?
That's because you're gonna learn that lesson the hard way later on, man.
Oh my God.
And I'm telling you,
wait a minute.
Don't just yo.
Doing here's the thing. Here, let's be fair here, because my biggest complaint ultimately boils down to this James Gunn thing, because I feel like, and I was trying to explain it to you in the chat. I was actually trying to super chat it to you, because I couldn't, because for some reason Google was not letting me. And
my email, you have my contact information.
Well, you're on. While you were live, I was trying to get the information to you. I was trying to talk to you about that. So I wanted to try to clear the air, because there's been a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of what I feel is like a lot of accusations. And I feel like a lot of the culture that comes out of where things currently are with the anti-Star Wars crowd is leading into a path that I've seen before, especially out of Gamergate days. That was a long time ago. And it goes to a certain point where you realize, at least I realize, that like it is pointless to get into fights. And you know what? I will admit that I probably let myself get a little bit too caught up in it, to be honest with you. That's my bad. I do very much like discussing Star Wars, but it becomes what feels like this constant battle, right? Because people,
No, I don't think so.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Brad.
I don't know. I don't know if they want to like ever have an honest discussion about it, or if they're just afraid of ever going against the crowd.
So you're really concerned about the future, and I'm going to learn the hard way. Yet instead of just picking up your phone and emailing me or private messaging me on Twitter, you decide to do a passive aggressive video where everybody knew you were directing that at me after you're on my channel. That's how you're going to try to sell this?
Well, I wasn't specifically referring to you as kind of a colloquial as a whole sort of thing. Just expressing frustration with a large number of people that I've come across.
I mean, I just thought, that there would have been a better way to handle that. But to me, it just comes off like you're really jealous. I'm not. It's not. If you have to understand, again, I'm not telling you what I think you're doing. I'm telling you what I think you're doing. I can't tell you what's really in your heart. I'm saying how it feels to me, how it comes off to me. Sure. I don't care what you say you're doing. I'm just telling you how it looks to me and how it feels and how a lot of people are perceiving it. So,
no, that's fine. That's fine.
And so. I don't want to take that. And this is Jeff's channel, so I want to let Jeff speak.
When good stuff happens, you sit back and you listen. I listen to Ethan. I'm listening to you. You guys take it from here, man. I mean, I'm completely fine with all this stuff.
Well, I just wanted to make sure. But like I said, a lot of people gave me grief when I had Matt on the channel. I don't care. I wasn't worried about that. My whole point was, if you don't like anything Matt has had to say, talk to Matt about it. By him coming on Geeks and Gamers, I don't take responsibility for Matt and his opinions and anything you think about him. But at the same time, I did kind of go out of my way to say, hey, Matt was pretty cool to me. He was, he was willing to, give me, some advice for things to look forward to in terms of having a channel that's growing and blah blah blah. And so yeah, when I saw that video, I was like, all right, man, like I don't like YouTube drama. I've been in my share of YouTube drama. You and I have talked about this, Matt. I have no interest in it. But if you're going to just literally not say my name but point the finger at me, then at that point I'm like, all right, what are we going to need to do to get this hashed out? Because I truly don't want to sit here and be fighting about all of this stuff. I have no interest in it. But and I feel like we've had that discussion for the most part today. But if you have anything else to add, feel free to do so.
No, I would say that you are correct. Right, the drama's dumb. It is easy to get caught up in it, to be fair. And that's so clearly I should have talked to you about it. I think I'm frustrated with what I've seen from the whole. Nothing to do with my own channel. I do what I do. I do just fine. And it's more like, I think after everything I saw coming out of Gamergate, everything I saw for the last couple of years, because I've been involved in this kind of culture battle for about 6 years now. And at the end of the day, I can tell you flat out that there's no real winning. There's just like sustaining until the next thing comes along. And that's kind of like where I'm at as a person. I'm like, I don't want to see this shit end up just ruining like something we all ultimately like. But I feel that it's gotten to a point of where a lot of, people, and I did this too, where it's like you get an email, here's some drama about Star Wars shit. People are going to want to know about this. And then it's like, I started asking myself, am I looking at this from the most objective way possible, trying to think of what's best for everything versus what's best for just my own presence online? And that becomes a bit of a, it becomes a bit of a conflicting thing because you ultimately sorry, go ahead.
No, my bad. I was interrupting you. So go ahead. Keep going.
I'm saying mostly it becomes this internal conflict, right? And I'm a very stubborn individual, usually to my own detriment. I actually had this conversation today with my girlfriend. I'm all like, about times I've gotten really angry about something and I speak before I think about it. So, and that's cost me friendships in the past, to be honest with you. And I can never fully understand as to why that happens to me. It's a character flaw on my end. And I think what it is I try to I want people to see from my perspective, and I don't know if I always do that correctly. So I think that's where I get frustrated. I know we all come at this topic from different angles. I know we all do that. I don't agree with Ethan in regards to just making fun of it. I'd like to try and find ways to build. And I don't like the concept of just doing nothing but shitting on it, because after a while you just run out of things to say, And so then it's like, well, then what? Then what do you do? Where do you go forward from here? And that's what I'm talking about, sustainability until the next thing comes along.
But that, as far as my channel goes, my channel's not my primary focus. My website is, and so I mean, everything that I have in my business is not tied to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is my #1 focus at the moment, but it's not the bigger focus.
Sure.
But everything that happens on the YouTube channel helps us grow, the website for our community, helps us buy equipment for all of the other channels that are connected to us. There's a lot of things that come about it. We donate to charity for Shannon McRandall. I donate to Give Kids the World. All of that.
Guys, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go.
Okay. And so, but the bottom line here is, you say that what is your main issue with my content? You say it's just that I'm saying the same thing with a different thumbnail, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So what about the WWE show that I do on a weekly basis? What about
I'm predominantly referring to Star Wars.
You're predominantly referring to the videos that get views, but that doesn't mean that we don't have videos on the channel that maybe they don't get the views, but the content's there. I can't control what people watch. I can only control what we produce, and we are producing content outside of Star Wars. But I can't help that those don't get the views, but the content's there. Plus, we have spin-off channels at Geeks and Gamers that I don't feature on the main channel, but everything I learned on the main channel applies to that. And so there's a lot of moving parts. So for you to just look at that in the narrow tunnel vision you have after you and I had a conversation and put all that behind us, that's what aggravates me, is like, I thought we had this figured out and we were going to move forward. I even told you I was going to invite you back on the channel. But if you're going to just start throwing shade and passive aggressive criticism at me, that doesn't set well with me. So
I understand. Like I said, it wasn't directed specifically at you.
Everybody knew who you were talking about.
Everyone can think whatever they want, but I'm telling you, it had to do a lot with a lot of other people, because I watch a lot of other channels. So it was more like a general frustration with the current state of things, and not just the people, but it's also the people that watch, right? It's because it's like you sit there, and I was like looking through comments after comment sections on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter, and it's just like nonstop, like, wow, for people who really seem to love Star Wars, y'all fucking hate this shit.
I mean, do you think that there's nothing to criticize about Star Wars? I mean, because
no,
that comes down to right.
There's shit to criticize, but
there's news break every day. I mean, do we literally not have news that happens every day to talk about Star Wars?
But you have to ask yourself though: are you going after the company? Are you going after a person, or are you going after people who just are who you believe to be SJWs? Because it jumps around. You'll criticize Kathleen Kennedy one day, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to respond to this article that is like, and again, I'm just saying, it's like it creates this I want to say like a vacuum, right? And inside there, you've got people that start equating every little criticism of Star Wars to like the type of crazy ass people that we've seen come out that get blamed for. It creates this, I don't say, maybe it's like okay, Gamergate was a big example of this one, right? Because what you had is you had the media attacking the fans and the fans pushing back, right? And that was generally where it kind of stayed at, was that particular area. Now what you've got is you got fans criticizing a company, and then the media acting as basically the defenders of the company, and then people assuming that the media is now the company. And it kind of creates this very chaotic situation where a lot of people just simply cannot see, I think, what is going on anymore. And I think ultimately people are being conditioned to be mad. I think they're being conditioned to get upset. And I think they're being conditioned to treat everything from that approach. Now, I'm not saying that The Last Jedi is a good movie. I'm not saying that Kathleen Kennedy should run the company. I'm not saying Rian Johnson should get his trilogy. 100% no. I think all three of those things should, we're all in agreement. But I also am trying to look at it from like what's going to be the future aspect of the business, where things are going to go, and maybe what they're trying to do in order to make things better. And I think that ultimately will do a lot to kind of, for one, take the wind out of the sails of the media that is trying to attack the fans as being hateful, sexist, misogynistic, bigoted people. I know, because I've been on the other side of that. I had Polygon write an article mentioning me the other day, calling me basically like a dog whistler of the alt-right. I'm like, I'm fucking voted for Bernie, Jesus, So it's like, I get that. The media here is ultimately the problem. Right. And that I think is where like I get frustrated, because it's like I've been in this path. I've seen this shit play out.
Well, here's my big beef here is you are criticizing the content I'm producing, and that's something I've known. Like I always praise any channel. I don't care how you're getting views. I don't care what your audience wants. If you're doing what your audience wants and you're being successful, more power to you. Review Tech the other day, USA did a video talking about a guy who flushes things down his toilet from his house and gets hundreds of thousands of views. Congratulations to that guy. Do what it takes. So my question is what does the perfect weekly lineup for MundaneMatt look like on the Geeks and Gamers channel that would be perfectly acceptable to you, since you're so concerned with my content?
I'm not.
What is acceptable to you, since you think my content is not up to par?
I just think that you focus too much on the same topic. I think it becomes a repackaged, recycled conversation. And I've had fans come to me of yours and say that as well. So, and I'm only telling you this as just a way to like, look, if you want to criticize it, there are ways to do it. But when it's like every video is the SJWs did this, it's kind of like, okay, eventually people are going to go, I got it. And my fear, because I do legitimately like you, Jeremy. I do think you are a good person. I'm disagreeing with you on this issue predominantly, but that's basically about it. I don't want to see you go down the path I've seen from many different channels, and even myself way back in the day, because it's very, very, very easy to get caught up in that groundswell. And at the end, and eventually it's going to go away. Eventually it's going to end. And I know you're making other content. And like I said, there's sustainability to the next controversy. But after a while, it becomes a lot. And that's the whole thing I'm trying to get to.
Do you think, and again, you should know this by having a private conversation with me. Do you think I don't know this? Every YouTuber that's ever been successful has to make a pivot, has to transition their content. Everybody. I know this. Everybody that's on YouTube that's done any research, that's done any studying. I study it all the time. Doesn't mean I'm going to be successful. My channel could fail tomorrow. I don't know. And I say it all the time. I'm literally paranoid every day because my channel, I hope it doesn't die tomorrow. I'm thinking it could. So
I know that because you said you were saying that you lost 35 subscribers and you were, like making kind of a half-hearted joke about that. And then I'm like, no, that's fine. You could lose that anyway. It's not going to be a problem.
Right.
Because that's the thing is I don't want to see you get caught up chasing the numbers. And yes, pivoting is a thing. Pivoting is absolutely a thing. That's where I'm coming from.
I'm not chasing the numbers. I'm following my analytics. And when my and trust me, I follow them literally religiously. I watch them. I watch what works, what doesn't work. I listen to my comments. I see when people say, "Oh, Jeremy, you make the same things over and over again." I see that. You can't make everybody happy. So my whole thing is, if you truly felt this way, why are you telling me this on the High Council after you, in my opinion, passively aggressively called me and others out? Why don't you just shoot me a message? Why? If you're so concerned, that to me comes off as disingenuous for you to sit here and play the white knight and go, I genuinely just care about your channel, Jeremy.
No, you're right. You
knew calling out, you knew going after EVS, you knew that was going to be tied to me because EVS, myself and World Class, we are all connected and we will all stand up for each other. We all have each other's backs.
The thing is, I'm familiar with the High Council, but I'm not ultimately like, I don't view you guys as being like, a collective. I view most channels as being on their own separate entity here. And World Class, Jeff, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you finally.
Hi.
We've never spoken.
Jeff, and I'm gonna let you guys talk because I'm sorry. The chat wants Jeff. The chat wants Jeff.
I will say this. I'll summarize it like this. I should have done that. I'm an asshole. So I do apologize for that one. Look, I've made mistakes. I am here. I'm not here to fight, essentially. I'm not here to win. I'm not here to try to whatever. I will acknowledge I've probably let myself get ahead of it, and I've definitely made mistakes, and I'm an asshole.
Well, I'm an asshole too, so I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying that if you really care about my channel, there's plenty.
I'll tell you what. Anything else? I'll tell you. I'll make you the solemn vow right now, Jeremy. If there's anything I've seen in the future that I'll shoot you a private message. How about that?
Hey man, that's all I ask for.
Okay.
Like if I feel like, with me bringing you onto the channel, us having conversations at that point, like if you got beef, man, hit a brother up. I'll listen. You can tell me to go fuck myself. It's all good. We can talk about it.
I'm not that much of an asshole.
I'm just saying, but when you try to take it public, that's where I'm like, all right, are we really going to do this? So anyway, Jeff, it's your show, buddy. All you.
I just was listening to this. This was I'm not involved as much as you think with the drama thing from you and EVS. I keep myself.
Man, you called me a shill like 6 months ago.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think I haven't forgotten that, Jim.
Have you also noticed I never made the video?
Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering about that too.
Well, at first, I kept talking about it because I knew you were in the comments of something. I saw your name. I was like, okay. So I kept playing with you. But then I'm not trying to be sarcastic when I say this. I just really kind of feel bad for you. First off, and this isn't a pity thing, but you're a dad, you're doing your own thing. And plus, people shit on you constantly. I don't really want to get myself associated with beating somebody when they're down. So I just keep myself out of it. I used to watch your channel years ago. I'll tell you a story. 2014, I'm getting ready to work my first convention as an artist. I'm all excited. But what can I not stop focusing on? Your Gamergate videos. I remember taking a shower. I had my phone playing in the background. I was like, listen, you go on about this shit. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I need to know more. So I stuck with you through that, and then Ghostbusters, along with Midnight's Edge and stuff like that. But then I was like, you did the one about the guy on the airplane, the doctor that refused to get up his seat, and I was like, no more. So I've always tried to keep
that one. People push back on that one quite a bit. My reasoning for that, just as a quick FYI, has a lot to do. I did a lot of security, and so I've always kind of come at things from that perspective. And ultimately, it was still like a fucked situation that I don't agree with. But at the same time, it's kind of like I come at things usually from the perspective of being a manager in that regard. Anything involving employees fucking up. But yeah, that situation was fucked up. And I think the doctor, I didn't realize, here's the thing. I didn't realize how bad his face was, right? I didn't realize how bad that was until a couple days later. So trust me, I caught a lot of shit for that.
I know that's the reason I stopped watching Mundane.
That's okay. No, that's totally fine.
That was the one I'm like, really? You're going to side with an airline over a guy that got hit in the face by a security guard?
He wasn't hit in the face by a security guard. He was, okay, that's the thing, is you got to look at it from the perspective of what the security guards were doing, right? So they told this guy to get off the plane, which they have every right to do. and he was refusing. And so eventually they had to pull him, and his leg caught the seat, and those seats are shit. They're vinyl. You slip. He slipped and he hit his face. That's what it was. So he never got punched, but then they drug him off because that I wasn't ever happy with. But that's a lot of what happened though, is it was the notion that like they were trying to remove him. He was resisting, and then he slipped and he fell. It wasn't like they punched him or pushed him.
I'm not angry. I'm not here to yell at you. Look, no one cares about the video. I'm just giving.
Was that like a year ago, 2 years ago?
It was a year ago. I'm saying it's set up for my exit from the MundaneMatt part of the. I'm just letting you know what's up with me.
That's fine.
I don't hold any resentment. I don't wake up in the morning and go, fuck MundaneMatt. I don't care. You talk about, Jeremy talks about numbers. I'm focusing on making content. I go live all the time. I got all these videos I do. I don't really have time for internet drama. But on the topic of Star Wars that I think you're missing the point is, we're not coming at it from a place of hatred. The fandom menace, or whatever you want to call the people that listen to the High Council every week and follow us all over social media and on the internet, we're not coming from a place of hatred. We're coming from a place, two things. First off, we're consumers that are being shit on by a company constantly. It's not just the media that are calling us sexist. You got J.J. Abrams saying, if you dislike this movie, you're afraid of women. If Kathleen Kennedy coming out and saying how she shows no allegiance to the current fan base and stuff like that, you're being shunned by people. People give thousands of dollars a year to Star Wars stuff. Believe me, I was a collector. That's done because of the way Disney treats the people. That's where we're coming from on one front. And then another front, we're tired of the disrespect of the characters. Why? To elevate some new shitty characters? And yeah, it gets political because the people behind it are political. It's their reasoning. It's not like they can produce a good story based out of something new. No, they got to take the old shit and bastardize it. And when you care about something and you watch somebody spit on it, you get tired of it. You get fed up with it. And that's where we come from. There's no hatred. We're not worried about being shut up by the media.
Well, I wasn't necessarily referring to you guys. Like I said, this was a colloquial thing as like from what I have seen. You know what I mean? Like it's from what I've seen. So you eventually you get to a point where objectivity does go out the window. And I see I'm with you on your points. I am with you on your points. I've been at, I didn't care for the movie the first time. I was angry when I made that first video about it. Coming home after seeing the movie. I tried watching it again. I've never watched it since. Can't do it. Just can't fucking do it. But I still look at the situation from like the business perspective of like, of where things are at. I think Kennedy is fucked. I do. I think she's absolutely fucked. I think she will be out of there by the year's end. I think they're going to replace her with someone. It won't be Filoni, but I think they're going to bring in somebody else from another company to take over. And then maybe it will be better again. You know what I mean? I think for me, like just kind of where I'm at, like in my own personal life is like, again, Gamergate was a nonstop fight, dude. It's still a fight. People are still bringing up Gamergate. Now it's almost the 4-year anniversary. And there's articles now. Zoe Quinn wrote a goddamn book where she said that Gamergate is the reason why Trump got elected. And then she accuses me of starting Gamergate. Like that's the kind of wild mentality of these fucking people. And I understand the pushback against them. I've been doing it for years. But I think after a while, pure rage and anger is not going to solve the problem.
But in our case, it's not pure anger and rage. We actually are solving the problem because this is a business decision. This isn't really, there's a battle of ideology, but at the end of the day, it's all about money. And we're all consumers and we have the power. If everyone that ever listens to us says, fuck it, I'm not going to see Star Wars Episode 9, it's a failure. They can go back and look at everything we've ever talked about, how there's been literally 1 million people that watched my video about Kathleen Kennedy in 2 months. People know about what's going on. People give a shit. It's Star Wars. Everybody has had some association with it. Either love it or you're at least aware of it. There is an end game. There is a battle that we're actually fighting. I don't even know what to call it. Is it a preservationist society? Are we saving Star Wars? What are we doing for it? All we're trying to do is bring it back to what it once was. It's not this endless battle. Like I know about Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian and all these people that don't really matter. They just keep going on and on to spin their wheels to make noise. We have an end game with the Star Wars thing. My channel's existed before Star Wars. It will exist after Star Wars. We're an entertainment channel. Jeremy is an entertainment channel. Ethan's an entertainment channel. I don't really think that our stance on Star Wars is going to be detrimental to us because pay attention to what I say. I say Kathleen Kennedy's unqualified at her job constantly. I don't say he's a bad mother or make false accusations like these people make about us. I pick my words very carefully. That's why we're making the ground we're making constantly. There's an end in sight for the Star Wars stuff, and we're going to have a great time going to Celebration and continuing this journey through Episode 9. So there's just there's a lot of good intentioned people on the side of what we're talking about. I don't think there's any truly terrible people. There's a lot of ghost fans that they like to make up. Like
I agree. I agree with that. I do agree with
that. And I think you get it. But I think you went about it. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the video fully because one of our fans says, hey, MundaneMatt called you out in the video. So one of the guys from the channel watched it and he goes, he doesn't mention us. And I said, okay. And I left it at that. And then all these people started asking me questions because, the fans like the drama. That's fine. It's entertainment. There's tons of people watching us. And then, the more stuff comes out with EVS. I think EVS had his piece to say. I think Jeremy had his piece to say. And I've pretty much had my piece to say because you and I really haven't had much interaction. And I'll be honest, we probably won't have any more interaction. If you watch the videos, thank you. I get it. That's cool. But I remember the only time I think I ever had somebody say something about one of your videos to me that pissed me off is somebody talked about the Kevin Smith video, the shill video, and then he had a heart attack and it was equated to my video. I'm like, yeah, my video supersedes 30 years of bad health decisions. So other than that, I don't really.
Did I say that?
Somebody told me you said it, but since I didn't hear it come from your lips, I'm not going to blame you.
Why would I? I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember that. I don't think I said that shit.
Look, I'm not looking to start a fight with you on the internet. I'm very happy with my corner of the internet. People love the shows that we do, and we're going to keep it fun. But this had to be done tonight. It was a one-time event. You were here on the channel. You got to say your piece. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. But you had your right to say what you had to say.
That's fair with me.
So, folks, we're not closing this out because I think we're going to get Cecil on. But, Matt, do you have anything else you'd like to say? Because Jeremy and I have a few more things we need to talk about. So, if you'd like to, say goodbye or anything like that.
Yeah. So, I clearly have made mistakes. That's my bad. I can apologize for that. I'm big enough to apologize for that. My issue is I do love Star Wars. I do very much love Star Wars. I want to see it be good. I don't agree with I think a lot of the directions some things are going. I get what you're saying about there being an end game. Maybe I just haven't been privy to what that is, or I haven't seen it, so I haven't been able to formulate that in my own mind. So that's on me. That's my mistake. So I will pay attention for that. Jeremy, I have no hard feelings for you at all, man. I do wish your channel the best. You are doing really good. I just don't want to see you make the same mistakes I've made. And I've been at this for a long time, so I've made a fair amount of mistakes. I don't know if Ethan's still here. You took off or whatever. I don't think him and I will ever get along, but that's okay. So look, I fucked up. How about that? I fucked up. I'm an asshole.
Well, you heard it here on the High Council, folks. MundaneMatt fucked up.
Yeah, clip that, and I could probably tell you like 8 people who would fucking cream their shorts to hear that. So no, there's all that shit. Trust me. But hey, listen, you guys have a good show, and thanks for having me on. And if we talk again, we talk again. If not, have a good one.
If I ever see you out, Matt, I'll give you a high five. How's that?
I might go to Celebration. I am unsure if I'll be able to make it there or not. So,
well, good luck. Tickets are about sold out. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm waiting for press passes to pop up. Fuck paying money for it. Come on. If you're gonna go with press.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're MundaneMatt. Your channel is not World Class Bullshitters. They're not going to give us press passes. So,
well, dude, all you have to do is just like get a business, have a business. You have a business license, right?
For something else.
Yeah, use that.
Oh, okay.
Just tie it to this. Just go like, look, we this is the business. Obviously, it's not called World Class Bullshitters. No. And then just go, yeah, we run a YouTube channel. That's what we do. They don't give a shit. Most of them don't care. I go to Comic-Con every year. They've, if people there hated me, they would kick my ass out. Hell, Penny Arcade Expo, I got press passes to go to that shit. Okay. So it's like it honestly, it's just they care about the numbers. They care about all they look at is just a subscriber count and maybe your view count, and that's it. So give it a shot. There's no harm. If you can get something, if you can get that.
I'll just tell Lucasfilm they can shove their press pass up their ass. I'll pay my money. So
I would still. Well, there you go on that one. But all right, well, you guys have yourself a good one, and see you.
All right, see you on the other side, Matt. Well, we handled that, I thought, properly, Jeremy. I thought we presented ourselves as gentlemen for the most part, and I thought when Ethan ripped into him, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think you did a fantastic job, Jeff. You were getting. I feel like the chat was treating you like you were The Rock when The Rock comes out. There was a lot of Jeff is the people's champ. So it was good stuff. So I thought you were fantastic. And so, yeah. And look, genuinely, I appreciate Matt coming on. I I said what I said. I don't really see ever having Matt back on my channel, but I wish him the best of luck. And we can move on and talk to our amazing viewers.
Yeah, we got a fuckload of super chats. Point is, though, we said what we had to say to MundaneMatt. I feel good about it. You could play that recording to my grandma, and I wouldn't be embarrassed. That's my litmus test. If I'll play it in front of my grandma, well, I'm not embarrassed about it. So, EVS will be back in a moment, guys. He's out on assignment, so he'll be up before the show's over, because I got a ton of these things to catch up on. And Cecil, I sent him the link, so Cecil said he'd be free in about 10 minutes. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, back to these, though. Okay, so let's see. Thomas Gilkey. We already read Thomas Gilkey's. Thank you for being patient, guys. Gojirify. The fact that they didn't directly address the tweets, but made it political. They made their soy stand and be back if another director gets the film. In terms of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 debacle.
Oh, that seems like days ago now, after all the stuff we just got done talking about.
Well, just real quick, when everyone was like saying, like, where's Jeff? Where's Jeff? I was just sitting here listening because, like I said, guys, when something like that's going down, you don't. Hey, look who's back!
Oh boy, oh boy, he's back.
Yep. How you doing?
Oh, we missed you, man. The show was not the same without you.
Well, it never is. It never is. I do have to be with you guys. We're a trio. What did I miss?
You missed. Jeff and Matt had their conversation, and Jeff was just as cool, calm, and collective and cerebral as he always is. So
I really admire that.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
When you started calling him out, I had to mute my mic because I was cracking up. I was just like, damn, this is where this is going to go. I hope I can match the vitriol.
Yo, here's the thing. Like, I really feel like, I don't think this has been put to bed at all. But, I mean, I just really feel like I don't know you. Like, what do you mean I don't like you? I don't know you. I don't really know you. And, you're calling out me out as a liar, and like everything that you're saying that I'm lying about, you're lying about, and you don't watch my videos. So it's like, what are you doing? I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way. I apologize to the chat if your Uncle Ethan sounded angry. I apologize to the chat. I don't want to scare anyone.
I think everyone was happy with what you had to say, because some of these super chats get kind of vicious, because we're actually backlogged to an hour ago. So Critias says, what is a 6.9? A good thing ruined by a period. That's actually a decent joke.
Critias is always sending some crazy super chats last night on my stream.
That's one thing I do enjoy, when somebody just sends in something that helps me just break up the show, and I just crack up. So thank you, Critias. I appreciate that. After what we just had, I'm happy. Mark's Main, thank you for your generous super chat. In the beginning of the MCU's decline, kill off old characters and use them as props to launch new crappy ones while ignoring what the director does online. Where have I seen that before? Ethan, does that sound familiar to you?
Yes.
Sounds like our favorite boat maker, Ryan Johnson.
I love that comic. That is a really, really good. Whoever made that is very gifted. Yeah,
World Class Bullshitters endorses Ryan the Boat Maker. Let's get that thing to print, guys.
Absolutely.
Mega Jetty back again. What do you guys think of a shared Marvel/DC universe? Too complex or good potential? Also, do you keep the DC cities or have the DC heroes in real cities? Oh, okay. What do you think, Ethan, since you've worked on both characters professionally, or both brands professionally?
I just don't think it would work. I think it's fun to do crossovers, and I think they should do more crossovers. But, the DC and Marvel universes are so drastically different that I don't even think they could possibly coexist.
Where were you at during the whole Amalgam crossover? Were you at DC yet?
No, I was at Harris Comics working on Cyberfrog. I remember those books coming in. I remember everybody talking about them at the Harris Comics office. And everybody really liking a few of them. Like, there was one Doctor Strange mashup, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it was really, really, really good. Everybody was pouring over the art. And they should do those again, but they won't do them because Marvel and DC have a permanent problem now. Do you guys know what that is?
What's that?
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. This is ComicArtistProSecrets, right? You want to know why Marvel and DC don't like each other?
We're waiting.
Because Joe Quesada, when he first took over Marvel Comics, he did an interview, I think for the New York Times, a big paper, big paper. and he dissed DC Comics by saying DC Comics has Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the world's best comic book characters, and they don't know what to do with them. They're like a porn star who can't get it up. Now, I will tell you that article was framed and hung in the offices of some of the biggest execs at DC as a reason why they will never work with Marvel Comics again.
Ooh. Well, Joel, you were right the whole time. If you're listening, you'll be happy. Because my friend's been saying that for years, and I thought he was full of shit, but Joel's right every once in a while. Damn. When we get together in Chicago for the meet and greet, you need to tell me some cool DC stories.
I most certainly will.
Those are the things I'm excited for. Let's see. Herpicus McDurpington. I love that name. $5 for the Trebuchet Fund. Thank you, Herpicus McDurpington. MW77. Can Ahsoka interact with Luke? Jeremy, you're the expert.
What do you mean, can she? I don't understand the context to that, though. Can she? I mean, she can. Will she? That's the question, but I would highly like. I don't know if they're going to go there. So, oh wait, are they talking about now that Luke's dead, or are they talking about in the timeline with her being at the end of Rebels? I guess that's the context. Are they talking about now?
It just says, can Ahsoka interact with Luke? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would assume. I guess maybe they're talking about him. No, she's not that I know of. There's no way she can interact with him. So, yeah, I would need more context to the question. So, because a lot of people have been curious if she's going to interact with Luke based on the end of Rebels, which I think would be pretty cool. So,
and the next one's great. The next three are great. First off, the Kinky Pinkies. You only pie twice. Octopanny, live and let pie. In Her Majesty's Secret panties. Pie another day. Panty finger, golden pie, thunder panty. Oh, I love a Bond title parody. The Grand Inquisitor, thank you very much. Matt is right. EVS is a POS, part of the solution. All of you guys are.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. For we are many. We are Legion. We are the fandom menace.
Hell yeah. Love
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Grand Inquisitor. Nick Zona Trash. News report. It seems all the pie stores in Arkansas have been robbed and destroyed by a man wearing soy XL pants. SD Kakarot says to EVS, just think of it this way. The community accepted that killing is evil, but it has to happen in certain circumstances.
Wait, I don't understand what that means. The community accepted that killing is evil?
Yeah, but it has to happen in certain circumstances. I guess that means the shit you were saying to MundaneMatt. You just killed him.
Oh, okay.
Bagel. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's nothing. No.
Bagel Goose Cecil says, Cecil put up a reaction video to the new Venom trailer on his channel. Cecil says, have you guys seen it? And if so, thoughts?
I have not.
I've seen the Venom trailer. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow on Good Morning Pop Culture.
It looks better. I saw some of it. I haven't watched it all yet, but it actually looks better. So I'll review it too.
You remember, though, back in the day when Venom was like the hot ticket in comic books, that character was everywhere. And then he just went away really quickly. You remember that?
Yeah.
I don't miss Venom at all. Mega Jetty 1 says, Jeremy, I was actually asking if you could read it aloud for the High Council to get your reaction. Can you look it up while live, or do you have one computer? That comes that chat from Mega Jetty 1 earlier.
Okay, I'll have to look for it.
Red number 2. It's laughable to think JJ can save episode 9. No director alive could. The characters and story is 2. Who gives a shit at this point? Mario Kart, spelled with a C.
Let's see. I'm looking for this video. Which one did she say that they say it was on?
While you look, Adam Wofford says, it's a ranking system, Jeff. Tell you more tomorrow. All right, Adam Wofford, I'm holding you to that. I'll be here tomorrow. Riff Mago says, good standalone Star Wars material can be done. Timothy Zahn and Kevin Anderson. I'm glad I can enjoy their stories. I love your guys' work. Thank you, Riff Magos, and I hope you're here tomorrow night to listen to our Star Wars Expanded Universe Roundtable discussion.
All right, there's 1,000 comments on this video, so let me see if I find it. So.
Mega Jetty 1 also says, I found a Phantom Menace poster with Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator on it. Should Star Wars have action stars like him or The Rock? I'd see it. I'll see anything with the. Well, I take it back. I haven't seen Skyscraper. I almost called it Tower Heist again.
I think I found it. I found it. So this is on my video where I was responding to MundaneMatt. And Mega Jetty says, "Thank you for saying we need to defend Return of the Jedi. I've been reluctant to say, but Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the OT due to Luke being the real hero while Han is made his sidekick. In A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, Luke was the sidekick in his own story while Han was in the spotlight. But in Return of the Jedi is where Luke finally got the chance to shine, and it was an emotional conclusion to the Luke Vader story. I also love the prequels despite their flaws and don't hate Jar Jar like most people. The reason being I grew up watching Family Matters, and to me, Jar Jar was the Steve Urkel of Star Wars. That's actually a great comparison.
Stefan Urkel of Star
Wars? Both are extremely clumsy and seen as annoying, but they are relatable, enduring characters who only want to help and do good. These sequels are not Star Wars. They are bad Spaceballs imitations." So luckily I hearted that comment and it was near the top. So, but yeah, so there you go. I apologize for not reading that earlier.
Return of the Jedi is legit. It may be my least favorite of the original trilogy, but it's still a solid movie with a pretty damn good climax and a great lightsaber duel.
Yes, the best lightsaber duel in my opinion.
Of all of them?
Of all of the original trilogy ones, you want to go into my favorite lightsaber duel, it's season 2 of Rebels finale.
Okay, I'll look that up online.
So,
I'm still going to go Empire with Luke and Vader. The emotional aspect of it just outweighs the big payoff.
See, the point where Vader's like, where he realizes, there's a sister and that emotion and how Luke responds to that. I felt that emotion so much in that Return of the Jedi one. So there was a lot of more emotional weight for me. So in that one.
Ethan, do you want to chime in on your lightsaber duel?
Best lightsaber duel. I want to say the first one. I want to say like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan just because it's kind of funny now. I like when Obi-Wan just smacks at his lightsaber, at Darth Vader's lightsaber, like 3 times, kind of flaccidly. Yeah, that's my favorite one. And I like that he cut him down, and when he hit Obi-Wan Kenobi, it looked like my bathrobe falling on the floor. I like that.
Have you guys seen that re-edited? Oh my gosh, so awesome. It's so good. Oh, yes. It's excellent. I'll try to find it. It's on YouTube. It's got millions of views.
While you look that up, if they put bigger action stars in Star Wars, I honestly don't know if that would work, Mega Jetty one, because Star Wars always tries to have unknowns play these roles, and then usually bigger actors that come in are kind of in cameos. Like Benicio del Toro is an A-list actor, but he was only DJ for 4 minutes of screen time, and he sucked all 4 minutes. I don't think they'd ever put somebody like The Rock or Schwarzenegger or anything like that in a Star Wars flick. And maybe rightly so, because they're bigger than Star Wars. Like, when I talk about these characters in their movies, I usually refer to them as the real name. So, like, oh, man, did you remember when Schwarzenegger was in Predator and he did this? I don't call him Dutch. I call him Arnold. So that's my take. You guys have anything you want to add to that?
Well, I was just going to say I can't drop the link in the comments to that video, but I did send it to our Twitter message thread.
Oh, okay. You mean this video? All right. Mexi Man and She says, please no MundaneMatt. Matt, I'm still trying to stay awake. Hey, Jeremy, are you on your daughter's computer? What's up with the Mario icon? Oh, and WCB, you cool. Thank you, Mexi Man and Cheese. You're cool too.
What's up with the Mario Kart icon? Have you ever watched my channel? Plus, that's my avatar for my D-Day Cobra channel.
Have you ever listened to the Mario Kart dubstep song they made?
I don't think so.
Actually, I'll send you. No, trust me. It's really good. I'm not bullshitting you on air to be funny. I'll send you the link later. I downloaded it. I like it that much.
Okay.
Anyway, we gotta get through these super chats from Shubsy Ubsy. Thank you very much, and I like your name. Luke force choked the guards in Jabba's temple in Return of the Jedi. Was he a great Jedi? Watch. Rey will be one in Episode 9. All right, Shubsy Ubsy. I'm holding you to that right now. July 31st, 2018, 11:24 p.m. Rey's gonna do the force choke. Because reasons. The Revicus 2790. The dark side is cancer. The Sith are a tumor. Balance is a healthy body. Time travel is retarded. Sorry, time travel was retarded and was lazy writing by Filoni, but still is better than Ahsoka. Ooh, those fighting words, Jeremy.
I'm gonna try to stay calm. That's all my anger was directed at MundaneMatt earlier. So I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna let you bathe in your own ignorance for now.
Hey,
so.
Jeremy, I got to salute you for a second. An article just came out on comicbook.com. Guardians of the Galaxy sources reportedly suggest Disney could reinstate James Gunn. I might have to eat some crow and salute your instincts, your pop culture instincts, because more than a week after Disney fired James Gunn as director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, a new report is suggesting that the studio could be looking to reinstate him. On Monday, the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy franchise released a joint letter online saying that they support Gunn, pushing for Disney to bring him back. In Variety's piece covering the letter, it was reported that sources have been indicating that Disney is looking to do just that. What do you think of that?
I think that Disney is intentionally floating that information out there to see what the public, how they're going to respond. And
that's a good theory.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. I'm sure. I wonder, because I thought about this, because I'm like, when they fired him, first of all, I applauded them, and I still think he should have been fired. And he needs to stay fired. But when Alan Horn pulled the trigger on that so quickly, I thought about it. I'm like, I wonder if Bob Iger was like, why the fuck didn't you just suspend him so we could investigate this, so we could have some time to let this blow over, because this is our guy you just fired. You know what I mean? So I don't want him back. I don't think he needs to come back, but I think that that's probably what they're planning to do.
Well, then Roseanne better get her show back.
That's exactly what I keep saying. That's what I keep saying on Twitter.
Because that's a fucking double standard. I don't even care either way about either thing. But my point is, they posture for one way, they got to posture the other way, or they're going to have another shitstorm on their hands. Like, you can only throw Baby Groot at so many people before you piss off the wrong group.
I agree. Yeah. And what's going to happen? I mean, again, Disney, they better have investigated the hell out of him completely, because if they bring this dude back and something comes up down the road, can you imagine the disaster they're going to set themselves up for?
I think it's unsafe. I mean, if they do it, they do it. I think they're making a big mistake if they do, because I mean, it's one thing. The jokes are one thing. People are forgetting about the monkey incident. You know what I mean? People are forgetting about the email exchanges between Gunn and a convicted child pornographer. Yeah, people are forgetting that. The jokes are one thing. If you put that out of your mind and just go, hey, it was just a few jokes about him diddling kids. The fact is, like, what he said about a monkey and the kid, and it creeps people out. I mean, it really does creep people out, and it gives me a bad feeling. I don't know. I don't know if it's safe. But they're going to do what they're going to do. No. How would you know that? How would you investigate him?
I mean actually, having the authorities investigate him, but I don't know if you can. I mean, I think there's probable cause, but I'm not an expert on the law. But I just think, and I've said this before, people are like, why does he need to be investigated? I mean, number one, why would anybody be worried about being investigated for, being a child molester if you're not one? So there's probable cause from the fact that there's I don't know if there's thousands. I know that's been said a lot. There's at least dozens and dozens of tweets that he deleted that were specifically geared around talking about pedophilia.
Yeah.
That, to me, if you can be investigated for making threats against the president of the United States on social media, then you should be. And if you attempt, if you message someone or on Twitter or Facebook and you say you're going to harm them, and that justifies an investigation, then his tweets should justify an investigation. That's my stance on it. But I'm not a lawyer, so maybe I'm talking out of my ass.
Yeah, I agree with you, though.
More important things are going on right now. Cecil has joined the party.
Hello.
Cecil, how was your vacation, dude?
Oh, it was very relaxing. I had a wonderful time. Much needed rest. And I took advantage. I drank a little bit too much. I stayed in the sun a little bit too much, but I feel bad. I really feel refreshed. I could get back to what I normally do now.
Nothing?
Yes.
I watched your stream this morning when you were talking about being fat on a beach and the people of Australia. I had a good laugh.
I have theories about everything.
I'm sure you do. I want to have you on here for a one-on-one discussion one of these days, and we'll go through all those theories.
Sure.
Had you heard about the High Council who we had on tonight?
MundaneMatt.
Yes.
That means nothing to me.
Well,
I mean, I don't know who he is. I really don't. I don't listen to his channel.
yeah.
I mean, I'm aware he's like a player. He's like a big guy, but I've never listened to him for a second. I'm not trying to shit on your big get.
He wasn't a big get. He was we had a little bit of internet drama and we nipped it in the bud. We got it out early. Like,
oh, you guys made all friends and everything?
yeah. Well,
no,
close
Wouldn't go that
enough.
far. Wouldn't go that far.
What's the fun with that?
So I'm just happy that you were.
Get him back on here. I'll threaten him.
I sent you the invite as soon as he came on because I was hoping you would have popped up. We could have added levity to the situation and turned it.
I had a previous commitment.
I know you're popular now. You forget where you came from.
Luckily, I'm a slut. I go everywhere.
Oh, good. We'll take sloppy seconds. Zebulon Pike said Gandalf and the Balrog killed each other. The forces of heaven sent him back to Middle Earth as Gandalf the White. Shit was explained in the books. Oh, okay. Zebulon Pike, I've read The Hobbit like in 2003 for school, and I didn't like it, so I didn't read any of the other books. NJE103EGG says, I believe Mace Windu's purple lightsaber is a symbol of a gray Jedi, and Qui-Gon was a gray Jedi. Jeremy, do you want to comment on the gray Jedi thing? Because I really don't know much about the gray Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, there's many theories out there, but as far as I know, I don't think there's any confirmed gray Jedi within canon. If someone in the chat wants to correct me, but I mean, I might be the most knowledgeable here on the council at the moment, but I would never consider myself an expert on it. Just some of the things that I've heard people say over the past, but I don't know anything about Mace Windu's purple lightsaber representing gray Jedi or anything like that. So
I thought it represented bad motherfucker, but that's just me. Let's see. Down forward punch. EVS is American as soy pants and panty pie.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know why those things?
Because you can't get more American than panty pie.
I guess not.
We all love it. Not a Zombie says Gandalf became the white after Saruman became the many-colored wizard post-betrayal. He was reborn as the white wizard when he was defeated the Balrog. Every time you say Balrog, I think of Street Fighter. So thank you again. So thank you, Not a Zombie, as well as Zebulon for letting me know about Lord of the Rings. Dikara says EVS spit the stones out of your mouth.
The stones out of my mouth. I'm just I'm talking to my phone. You know what? I could get on my mic. I could do that.
Adam Driver left me hanging. Says Uncle Ethan, get the trebuchet ready. Go get him.
Oh yeah.
Mexi manages guns only back if Roseanne can come back. JR says kick Matt. Rhino says punch Matt. Adam Driver left me hanging. Says Uncle Ethan, go get Daddy's belt. Laura Ryan stole my fanfiction story. Says people who say let me speak never shut up. OMG. David Hervey says press F if the High Council keeps getting better. I hope you all pressed F. Thank you, David Hervey. Kay Brady says Matt told Cummings that there was no Comicsgate. I did not know that. JR says belt. This is Matt. Matt, meet Daddy's belt. Ian Aldridge says, I'll send you $50 more if you kick Matt. Well, I kicked him. Still waiting on that 50, bro. Gerhardt, God, I messed up your name. Was it Hunstinden? Staden? I'm so sorry. I'm tired as hell. EVS channel founded on sarcasm. Doesn't Matt get this? Gerhardt, I know you say nice stuff about me earlier. I apologize for butchering your name. It's just late. Count Doom Nukem says, Matt, I distinctly remember the want to see Tomato Meter going below 50% for Solo's release, or before Solo's release. Yep. Young Dark Vader says, sarcasm. Ethan doesn't wear 7XL panties? It's a thong. JR, now I know why he's mundane. Kick this lamer. Kay Brady says, Matt actually used to do research. GR People says Matt just told us he hates the fans. B3 Chandler says fact, Matt has pancake nipples. E. Michael says hi, Council Kumite. JR says Matt just pissed himself. Midnight Cherry TV, get Mitakura on here to take this trash out, please. We had a $5 retracted message, so thank you, no matter who you are. Mexi Man and Cheese says MundaneMatt is just Dollar General Keemstar. That wins. Cecil's Pancake Nipples says MundaneMatt getting a trebuchet. S.E. Tonk says, Matt, can you explain how your content is unique and not just a different, uglier thumbnail? Your clawing for relevance is pathetic. Those were harsh words. Demogenai says, shit, I took a week off and bam, in the words of the greatest Notorious B.I.G. What beef? What's beef? Sorry, when you say what's beef, I usually think of Where's the Beef from the 80s. David Hervey said, this is great. Get Urban Acolyte on next, LOL. Maybe. Mega Jetty 1 says, would Princess Leia in universe have kept the slave Leia bikini as a reminder of how she killed Jabba, or for private reasons, or would she destroy it? Jeremy? All right, Cecil?
Sorry,
I wasn't
got a
listening
phone call.
to
Sorry.
Super Chat. What was the Super Chat?
I was just asking if the Mega Jetty says, would Princess Leia in universe have kept the slave bikini both as a reminder of how she killed Jabba and for private reasons, or did she destroy it?
Did
there's
Jabba,
no-
ask
go
a
ahead.
question. Here's a question to that question. Did Jabba or any of them actually have sex with her? Because how could she, if she's a slave, she is under their will for a certain amount of time without any protection. Did Jabba, do anything to her during that time? And is there footage?
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you, Cecil. Jeremy, do you have the footage?
No, I don't have the footage. I don't.
Okay, cool. I heard it was on the
Anybody-
Rebels Blu-ray release, but
If I had the skills, Ethan, to draw that, I would for myself.
Yeah.
Ethan's a good, respectable man. He doesn't want to be drawing Jabba the Hutt.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He loves Jabba the Hutt and Slave Leia.
I do. I like them both, and I would draw them.
Okay. I stand corrected. Evernum says, I took
I
Monday-
stand erected. Go ahead.
Fuck you. Evernum says, I took MundaneMatt's Star Wars video to be about people who left comments on various people's channels rather than directly at people who make the videos. Okay. I just didn't really get too into it. Kay Brady says, is Ethan's channel this is Ethan's channel, not yours, Matt. This is World Class Bullshitters.
Actually, yeah,
Kay
it's
Brady.
on my channel.
No, but I get what he was talking about, what you put on your channel. I'm just messing with Kay Brady for being patient. Governor Tarkin says, anyone ever notice that I said Leah and not Leia? Yes. Yes, Governor Tarkin, we did. When we recognize your foul stench, my friend. Mark C. says, I listen to a lot of channels, some for facts, some for entertainment. Example, NPR and Howard Stern. Both can comment on the same topic, but I don't assume that Stern's perspective... I can't speak, sorry. But I don't assume that Stern's perspective is law. Just entertaining. Count Dukem Nukem says, saying there's no winning is a little defeatist considering Gamergate was a lost battle. Things have changed since then. Trump is president. David N. says, you all sound like a bunch of middle school girls. Thank you. Ethan's destroyed 2XL. Does Matt weigh 90 kilograms? If so, I have a machine. Brothers of the Watch says, slow down on the hostility. S.E. Tonk says, nice gish galop, Matt. Nothing of substance. Eric Yurkovich says, make room for the trebuchet, Matt. Dion Green says, this isn't Gamergate. You can't keep saying I'm not talking about you. What making videos is going to change it? It's Star Wars, not Vampire Diaries. God damn it, Dion. Konsora GK Awful says, or Ophi says, Matt argues that Rey is not a Mary Sue character. Kevathar1138 says, first off, thank you for a very, very generous super chat, Kevathar. Agree with you, Jeff. All fronts. Thank you, Kevathar. Appreciate that. Count Dukem Nukem says, frankly, I'm still angry at Lucasfilm and hate what they've done to Star Wars, but I still love Star Wars. That's why we're here. That's why there is any anger or hate. Evil Ash 3373. Wow, that flew by. Jeez. Okay, there we go. Nobody liked hearing from Matt. He was boring as shit. Never have him on again. All he did was talk in circles and tell Jeremy he would learn. Well, Evil Ash, we had the drama. We got it worked out. It's over and done with. And like we said, it was a one-time offer, so don't worry. It's not going to be a weekly discussion. Dan Lozano, thank you for your super chat. Trebuchet, ha ha ha, just kidding. I was subbed to Matt before the World Class Bullshitters EVS G&G since Ghostbusters 2016, but Matt started shilling hard and he lost me. Lately he got better, but then this. I'm happy to be a supporter of the High Council. Dan, we are beyond happy to have you as a listener of the High Council.
Yes, we are.
Aaron Cook says, I'm shamelessly plugging my Sicario 2 review. Forgive the non-existent production value. I've tried to give a good breakdown. Well, folks, check out Aaron Cook's channel for his Sicario 2 review. Gojirify says, Matt is the YouTube hall monitor. Rhino4563, did Uncle Ethan eat half a pie or a whole pie? Ethan is muted, so I'll let him get back to that in a moment. Gojirify also says,
we all know the answer.
Yeah, it's a whole pie. It's two pies there.
There's no
Rhino.
half step in there.
Yeah, just go down on all that pie. Gojirify says, I'm so sick of other YouTubers calling out others for no reason instead of minding their own business. Gerhard says, this show isn't the same without Ahsoka's butt.
I will make that right next week for everyone since you're so upset.
Damn right you will, Jeremy. We listen to our audience. Anthony Mata says, a soft and wet and gentle probing at her back door. Oh, Ivan, she wheezed. Oh, God. Oh, God. Excerpt, the final cut. Jesse and Ivan fan fiction by Becky Embers. Thought I'd break the tension. E. Michael says, at EVS, was there ever a time when DC could have bought Marvel or vice versa? I will ask Ethan that when he gets his mic fixed. Because that's a good one, E. Michael. I definitely want an answer to that one myself. Zorak, myself, says, chatted this to EVS once, but Marvel will purposely burn Phase 4 with SJWBS in order to set up a restart, reboot, and make money. Trebuchet jousting.
Yeah.
But, Ethan, was there ever a chance where DC could have bought Marvel or vice versa that you're aware of?
No. Not that I'm aware of. That'd be crazy, but no.
All right, I just wanted to go back to that one for E. Michael because he asked. A really good chef. Uncle Lee is so angry. Did the hotel buffet close?
Come on.
Gerhardt says,
He's got a mini bar. You got a mini bar over there?
No, I don't.
Bullshit. You're tucking into a Toblerone right now, I can
tell. Jeremy, ask Jeff how to pronounce my name.
Who is this?
This is Gerhard von Staden.
I only say Gerhard is all I ever say. And they're always trying to troll me. They're always trying to pick fights with me. It's hilarious. So
it's
I always just say Gerhard.
Gerhard, okay. All right, 7 says, hot damn, EVS, you went Cobra Kai on Matt's ass. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
That's right.
Ian Aldridge says, Ethan versus MundaneMatt sumo wrestling match. Equally fat, but Ethan is closer to an alpha male.
God damn.
I love these people. Count Dukem Nukem. Have you seen Camille Paglia talk about how the Revenge of the Sith duel is one of the last great pieces of modern art? She also compared Revenge of the Sith with The Force Awakens in another video. I have never heard of Camille Paglia. Maybe we should check her out.
I have not either.
That would just be something I'd have a straight up discussion with. No, nothing harsh. Dame Peso says, Soyful Matt lost most of his audience because he's a phony. He false flags people all the time. He has a VI Gina full of soy and hurt feeling. Darth Conicus, thank you very much for your generous super chat. What?
Is it full of sand? I hate sand. Of course, it gets everywhere.
Darth Conicus, hey guys, just wanted to send some love and thank you again for treating us like friends over fans. If Matt thinks we are toxic and mean, obviously he isn't paying attention. Thanks to all you do for us. And he sends 3 hearts. Or they send 3 hearts. Thank you, Darth Conicus. We get it. We get you, you get us. That's why we have a great thing. And we're not going to betray your trust. And you guys have, tuned in huge numbers. It's so late and you're still here. So thank you. Rhaegar Targaryen, James Gunn or not, I still think Phase 3 will be the peak of the MCU. Intersectionality is becoming useless. Intersectionality is coming useless unless Kevin Feige retains his balls. Kendo Slice gave a $2 super chat that just says, Cecil!
What's up,
Cecil!
Kendo?
Yeah, Kendo has
I'm
been...
going to do a chat with him. Me and him were good together online.
He's been singing your praises off air for real, Cecil. So you should be proud. He likes you a lot. Dusty Bush says, Ethan the Triple X Hut, please keep your cyber toad out of my garden. He's mating with the gnomes. Jerome Brunette says, love you guys. Don't know who Matt is. Regardless who's right or wrong, it took guts to come to your den.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Escape World Show says, hello, my friends. Uncle E, congrats. Yes. Congratulations to Uncle E. And finally, never mind. More popped up. Tato Kasane says, what's your favorite kind of bread? Mine is French bread with margarine.
I just I'm a simple guy, man. Just give me some Sunbeam and I'm good. White bread. Man.
I'm not. I have higher culinary standards than you do, and I like to elevate my friends. So we're gonna go with. I could eat French bread with real butter. I sound like a snob because margarine's bad for you. But I like rye bread. There you go, rye bread. There, Tato Kasane.
The answer is Italian bread, and all the best Italian restaurants in Manhattan and Brooklyn, Queens, all order from the same place. It's a little bakery called Joe's Sicilian Bakery in Bayside, Queens. The best fucking bread in the world.
So when I'm there next year, you're gonna take me there, right?
I'll bring over you. I got to drive through Queens to get to Manhattan, so yeah, I'll bring you some bread.
You are my hero, Cecil. The High Recluse Archimaldus says, thanks for having Please Clap Matt on. You're welcome, High Recluse Archimaldus. We appreciate you sticking through the whole show with us. Gojirify says, it's not over. Was it over when Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? That's a movie quote, right?
That's Animal House. That's Animal House. Belushi's
Data Racer. I love that. I need to watch it again. And then Data Racer 117 says, MundaneMatt equals they hate us because they ain't us.
That's exactly right.
Who's anus? So do you guys have anything else that you'd like to mention on tonight's High Council? I think we broke a ton of records. We stayed consistently over 1,000 the entire show, mostly about 1,300 listeners, which was a great turnout. I'm glad we did everything we did tonight. This will be one of the most remembered episodes of the High Council, I think.
Why?
Why? Because I think your interaction with MundaneMatt will gain a lot of attention to our cause. And even if, they are going to watch it just to hear people have a differing opinion of them, I think it'll reach. I think it'll have reach.
Oh, I do too. I hope it does. I hope it reaches. I want to thank you guys. Listen, I love the High Council more than anything in the world. And today was a difficult day because I spent it on the road traveling. I spent pretty much the entire High Council on the road in a car, talking into my phone. And you guys still accommodated me. And I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank this crowd for understanding why it sounded like I was talking into a tin can. I do appreciate you all, and I love you. I won't miss a High Council ever again. I will appear on it no matter where I am.
Even space?
Space.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun on all of our channels, but I know a lot of us have congratulated Ethan on the Cyberfrog success, but I think we need to make a note. This is history that Ethan has made. This is monumental. And I think that I'm honored to call Ethan my friend. You guys don't know this, but as my channel's grown, as I've responded to things, Ethan has talked to me about some things, given me some amazing advice. He's a true friend. He's a great guy. And what he's doing with the comics industry right now is amazing. And just want to say congratulations to you, buddy.
Thanks, pal. And I consider you a very good friend, too. So I appreciate that. Jeff
can go fuck himself for making fun of my TFA love. So, no, I'm kidding.
I'll just go watch my million-viewed video, Jeremy. I just love that.
Every time. Like every time we talk, we have to bring that up to you.
hey, whatever, man. No, but Ethan, congratulations. That's awesome. I got a copy coming whenever they arrive. So I'm going to ask you for pointers when I do one in the coming weeks because clearly you know what the hell you're doing. And I'd like to, move out of the shitty neighborhood that I live in and maybe make a movie based on this comic book down the road. So we can,
And if Jeffrey, if I may interject, since we're complimenting everybody and it's a real love fest, I would also like to say that I am also wonderful.
You know something? I don't think maybe for a High Council episode, maybe you've been on the Geeks and Gamers channel, Cecil, but we need to change that. You need to join a Geeks and Gamers live stream.
Sure.
You can join. You can meet proper Jeremy. You can meet proper Jeremy. You can meet Misa Jerja Binks. You can meet Jeremy Stelter. Jeremy Stelter from CNN. You can meet all of the versions of Jeremy. I think that will be a great episode. So we'll make that happen. Doomcock's going to be on later this week on the Geeks and Gamers channel. So I'm looking forward to that.
Boom.
Okay.
To that one.
Yeah. So we had a lot of cool things lined up. So.
Well, before anyone gets too worried, I see the new super chats. Rhaegar Targaryen, that was supposed to say intersectionality is coming unless Kevin Feige retains his balls. Jeff, I apologize, Rhaegar Targaryen, for butchering your super chat. I'm sorry.
You know what? There's a guy in the chat who Eric Huffles just said Cecil's gotten predictable. Go fuck yourself, pal.
How do you like that predictability?
Yeah. Did you see that one coming?
Nope.
Did he subvert your expectations just now?
Ethan's Destroyed 2XL says, you skipped my super chat about the only war machine that could throw a 90-kilogram object 300 meters. Unrelated, I have become a doghouse roof. Thank you, Ethan. I'm pretty sure I read the thing about MundaneMatt weighing 90 kilograms. I'm positive I read that one for sure.
You did.
There's another one, I apologize. Ethan's Destroyed 2XL. Jim Bobo. Peace, love, and pie to all. You guys are awesome. You're better, Jim Bobo. And then finally, Gojirify. EVS is the hope. It's not the porn. Oh, sorry. EVS is the I hope this isn't porn shirt available?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, absolutely. It's brand new. It's on cryptofashion.com. Go find it. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, folks. This has been episode something of the High Council. Ethan, I really wish we would have kept count of what number we were on.
Can I promo something?
Of course you can, Cecil.
Tomorrow night I will be doing a Cancer Cast with Nurkish and Sashi all the way from South Africa. She will be joining us. And I also posted tonight a new video. It's a short 8-minute video. It's my reaction video to the Venom trailer.
Oh, we know. Bill Goose told us.
Oh, you know about that. Yeah, it's wonderful, as always.
No, tell Nurkish I apologize for not getting back to him about last week's invitation on the show. We have Patreon and stuff we have to do on Wednesday nights. So yeah, tomorrow night, folks, make sure that you catch the World Class Bullshitters Star Wars Expanded Universe discussion here on the channel. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have guests on to talk about the expanded universe. So make sure you have your questions, talk about where we could have been or where we should be going with the Star Wars universe. B3 Chandler says, we, the fans, love the High Council, even though Uncle E always eats our pie.
I've never eaten anyone's pie, ever.
Sure. You know, what's going to happen is when we go to Chicago next year, about 500 people are going to bring you a pumpkin pie.
Please, no pies. Can you imagine we'd have a big pie fight like a 1920s silent movie? That'd be awesome.
Isn't that how Doctor Strangelove ends? Or that's the deleted scene, isn't it?
Yeah. We can make that happen. Star Wars Celebration pie.
A blazing saddle of sense.
Ian Aldridge says, I got teary-eyed when Ethan met the Cyberfrog goal. I'd give him a hug if my arms were long enough.
Thank you.
And Jeremy, this one's for you. This is the final super chat. The Cobra Viper. Jeremy hates puppies.
Oh, the Cobra Viper, always trolling me.
Now,
everybody knows that's not true.
You mean the dogs are like tasty hoots? Like you just hate puppies? Like what kind?
Yeah, that's everyone knows how much I adore my dogs and my puppies. So Leia will make an appearance on the next live stream tomorrow night because she hasn't made an appearance since I moved into my new studio here. So She'll make
Studio.
Studio.
All right, guys. This has been a long ass high council. I'm gonna be up in 6 hours, and we'll be back with Good Morning Pop Culture here on the channel at 7:45. So make sure you come back and just be back.
Thanks, everybody.
See you guys
Love
next
you guys.
week.
Good night.
Good night, all. Good night, all.